Five-star dummy.
Well, what do you know? Uncle Lou finally won a damn bet. Let's go. Ole Miss. Well, I knew I could count on my buddy Lane. I knew I could count on my buddy Lane Kiffin. That was a good one, too. I took Ole Miss on the money line plus 175, so that was a good one. We're on to comeback now. We're on to comeback today. I've taken a beating betting these bowl games, but we're on a comeback starting today. I got today and Monday to make it up. How y'all doing? Y'all ready for the Ernst Bowl? Georgia versus Florida State. How's everybody doing? Make sure you hit the thumbs up here. We got about 15 minutes until kickoff. I think kickoff's at like 4:10 or something like that. So we got about 10 or 15 minutes until kickoff. Please hit the thumbs up, though. That is a big help here at the start of the stream. How's everybody doing? You enjoying your Saturday? I think UJ wins, but I think Florida State will get some garbage points, says Evan Russell. Hit that thumbs up for Uncle Lou. Yeah, that's a great idea. Only Auburn would almost beat Bama and Georgia and then lose at half to Maryland. Maybe the barn will come back in the second half. I don't know, but they looked terrible in the first half. They looked terrible. Big Ten lost 2 bowls games. Ohio State lost to Missouri yesterday. Yeah, Ohio State can't beat the SEC if life depends on it. Ohio State is, 2-14 all time against the SEC in bowl games. They're just completely owned. Big Ten is still better than the SEC. Yeah, in no world is that true. Ohio State couldn't even beat Missouri. Penn State just got blown out by Ole Miss. It's just not true. Yes, this is a call-in show, Jay. Call in right now. Alabama going to kick Michigan's you-know-what, says Big Mac. The Big Ten is horrible. I don't think the Big Ten is horrible. It's just not as good as the SEC. Well, you're going to watch Nico on Monday. Yeah, I'm going to watch, was that Tennessee and Iowa? Yeah, I'm going to watch that. I'll probably live stream that game. The Michigan-Alabama game on Monday will be on Patreon. So for those of you that want to hang out and watch the Michigan-Alabama game, make sure you're signed up on the Patreon page. Where's that at? Here you go. There's the link to the Patreon page. It's in the description of the video, too. But Alabama-Michigan on Monday will be on Patreon. The other games will be on YouTube. Maryland and Rutgers have saved the Big Ten so far, says Wet Blanket. ACC is better than the Big Ten. No, the ACC is terrible. The ACC is the worst conference in the country. There are no dominant teams this year. Championship is up for grabs. Yeah, I honestly think any of the 4 playoff teams could win the national title. Obviously, I have my opinions on who's going to win the games, but there's not very many years where I thought all 4 playoff teams at least had a shot. I do think all 4 teams at least have a shot this year. A lot of good teams, not many great teams. ACC owns SEC this year. The ACC is the worst conference in the country, man. Big Ten equals big garbage defense. Did North Carolina play in a bowl game this year? How'd that work out, Tard Hill? How'd that work out, Tard? Does anyone feel like Washington will beat Texas? I'm still leaning towards taking Texas in that game. What's up, Asher? Still can't believe Bama beat UJ with a linebacker for quarterback. Dude had the playbook cut in half as he's a mouth breather and still won. I think Washington can beat Texas. Big Ten defense only look good because they play Big Ten offenses. Did you bet on Georgia? I bet Georgia in the first half. I took Georgia in the first half. Georgia is playing in the Crybaby Bowl. Yeah, Florida State just won't stop crying, will they? Washington will beat Texas. Washington will not beat Texas, says Josh Hobbs. Texas and Bama rematch. A lot of money on the first half, minus 14, says Colby. I got it at a better number than that. I think I have it at 12. Over or under 10K people in the stadium? Over 10,000. I'll go over 10,000. Ohio State has a great defense, says Lisa Sims. Ryan Day is soft. Lou, did Ole Miss get you some money? Yeah, I took Ole Miss on the money line. Ole Miss was a 6-point underdog. I got Ole Miss at plus 175 on the money line, so I cashed big in that one. Georgia will run all over Florida State, says Ghost of Kiev. Auburn better do something, says Jim Mick Ultra. Yeah, they look bad in the first half. Second half underway now. Auburn has the ball first. 1st and 10, no gain on the ground. 2nd and 10 coming up now for the barn. Second half just started there in that one. Ole Miss fire. Yeah, get ready for the Ole Miss hype this offseason. Ole Miss is going to be one of the most hyped teams in the country this offseason. I'm just warning you now. Ole Miss is going to have a lot of hype heading into next season. They might be ranked in the top 5 in the preseason. No matter the outcome, it's still go Noles. This can only make us better, says Brandon. Auburn is like that quiet kid at school that you bully so much you start to feel bad for. Dang. Don't be bullying people at school, man. That's not right. Bama Mike says, let's go Dogs. Hit the thumbs up. That's right. Y'all make sure you hit the thumbs up, please. That is a big help here at the start of the live stream. It's the easiest thing you can do to help support the stream today. So please make sure you're hitting that thumbs up. The Orange Bowl is getting ready to come on. We're probably about 10 minutes or so from kickoff in that one. The second half just started. Auburn and Maryland. Maryland up big over the barn at halftime, 24-7. And Auburn just took a huge sack on 3rd and 9, a loss of about 15 yards. It's going to be 4th and a mile, and Auburn's going to be punting out of their own end zone. So second half not starting any better for the barn. They just look like a total mess and disaster. 3rd and 8 says, which is softer, Ryan Day's beard or Ryan Day in him? I don't know what that means, and I have no idea how soft Ryan Day's beard is or isn't. Bama should donate pacifiers to Florida State. Yeah. Take the Dion hat. This isn't a Dion hat. This is just a Colorado hat. Is that Colorado hat, Woo? Yes, this is a Colorado hat. But it's just a Colorado hat, though. Georgia-Florida State game might be boring and a sloppy game. What's going to be sloppy on one side, the Florida State side, because they're not very good. Who's the bigger crybabies right now, Florida State or Ohio State? I'd probably give it to Florida State right now, honestly. Why wear Colorado hat? What do you have against Colorado? It's a Rockies hat. No, it's not a Rockies hat. It's just a Colorado hat. If you read the bottom of the screen, it says it's just a Colorado hat. No, it's not a Colorado Buffaloes hat. It's just a Colorado hat. Is Ladd playing today? I think Ladd McConkey is playing today. Yeah. As far as I know, Brock Bowers and Amarius Mims are the only ones not playing besides the players that are in the portal. The portal players, and then Brock Bowers and Amarius Mims. Brock Bowers and Amarius Mims are hurt. That's the Colorado Rockies City Connect hat. No, this is just a Colorado hat. Have you ever been to Colorado? No, but I want to go. I want to go. Brock practiced all week. Yeah, but he's not playing. Not healthy enough. And he didn't practice all week. He didn't even get to Miami until Thursday. He was getting treated. He stayed back in Athens to get treatment. And he went down on Thursday. Tried to play, but he can't. Him and Amarius Mims. Here's this white Tonto out on the field on his little show pony throwing this flaming toothpick into the ground for no reason at all. Just making a complete mockery. This white frat boy that they paint up like an engine. What a joke. What a joke. That's pitiful. Look at this. Look at this white frat boy. That's a white fraternity boy that they paint up like an Indian. They put him up on that show pony, smack it on the ass, send it out to midfield, and have him throw that flaming toothpick into the ground. This is embarrassingly sad for Florida State. The only thing more sad than this is the fact that Florida State actually has a circus school. That's fucking sad that you can take trapeze and juggling and shit as classes at Florida State. Fucking clown college. Lou, who are you picking to win the college football? What college football? We giving one away or something? Lou, you don't know shit about FSU? Shut up. If you think that's not a white fraternity boy, then you don't know anything about FSU. There's a fraternity at Florida State, and every single year one of the frat members gets chosen to dress up like this. That's a white fraternity student at Florida State dressed up like an Indian. If you don't know that, then you don't know shit about your own fucking team, and you're just a fucking moron and an idiot, which is par for the course and 100% accurate. But that's 100% a white fraternity student at Florida State. 100%. Florida State has a circus school on campus. I mean, if you don't know that, again, you're a fucking idiot. You're just mentally fucking retarded. Florida State has taken the field. Now Georgia is set to take the field. Who cares? The guy that's in the comment section crying about it cares. And I think you care too. I think anybody that types who cares cares. So I think you care. All right, Georgia taking the field now. So we should be just a few minutes away from kickoff here at the Orange Bowl. What's the excuse going to be when Florida State gets stomped? You already know. The Florida State's been making excuses already for 2 weeks. This is the only time in history I've heard a fan base make excuses before they even lose. Florida State fans have been making excuses about this loss for 2 weeks. Will Kirby take pity on FSU? Well, if they get up big, I'm sure you're going to see backups in the game. Just like in any other game. Yeah, they've been making excuses for weeks. The game's on ESPN. Andrew, thank you for the super chat. Florida State's wide receivers take the clown course because they'll be making circus catches all over Georgia's DBs. Go Noles. Yeah, good luck with that, man. Being Supreme, thank you for the super chat. He says, Miami fans shocked that their stadium can actually sell out, let alone have more than 15 people. Doesn't look sold out to me. Lou real nervous right now. What gave it away? Nothing gets past you, buddy. Georgia about to take that O. I don't know what that means. Georgia about to take that O. What does that mean, Jeff? Explain that to us, buddy. Lots of empty seats in the upper deck. Yeah, it doesn't look sold out to me. Say a slur. No. The empty seats is why FSU no go to SEC. FSU no go to SEC because they can't afford to get out of the ACC. Lou is nervous. Yeah. I'm shaking. I'm so nervous. Joseph, thank you for the super chat. Your video about Ohio State was hilarious. Just stating facts. That's all that was just stating facts. FSU and Miami got weak fan base. Did you bet on Georgia? I bet Georgia first half. Ohio State lost me money, says Evan Russell. Nebraska's best fan base. FSU can't afford anything, says Rick E. FSU won't score a touchdown. I'd be surprised if they don't score at all. I think they'll score. It's hard to predict a shutout. I don't think I've ever predicted a shutout. It's hard to predict a shutout. I do think Florida State will score. Did you sleep good after last night, Lou? I sleep good every night. I bet the house on UGA over 34.5, says Fence General. They def can't afford to get out of the ACC. No, they don't have $572 million. So instead, they've hired Perry Mason and Al Sharpton to sue the ACC. Is there anything that can be learned about next year from this game? Well, anybody that plays in this game that's going to be on the teams next year, I guess you can learn something by watching them. FSU has 0 losses till now. Dion is not even watching the game. He's recruiting right now. That's fake news. Dion doesn't recruit at all. That's why Colorado is 102nd in the recruiting rankings right now. Rammer Jammer says, I just lost $200 because Judkins didn't score a rushing touchdown. I don't play those player props. I know they're real popular, Rammer Jammer, and a lot of people do that. I don't bet those player props. I cashed on Ole Miss on the money line at +6, plus 175. I took Ole Miss to win straight up on the money line at plus 175, so I did all right. But I don't play those player props. I bet Lou is wearing Buffalo briefs. No. Calvin Klein. Georgia set to kick off and the Orange Bowl is underway. Florida State will receive the ball first. This kick is going to be fielded 2 yards deep in the end zone and returned out to the 5, 10, and down right there. Tackled at the 10-yard line. Florida State 1st and 10 on their own 10. Probably should have taken a knee there for a touchback. Decided to run it out from a couple of yards deep. Didn't work. Tackled at the 10-yard line. 1st and 10, Florida State. First possession of the game. Brock Glenn in at quarterback. 6'2", 213. A freshman. He's 8 of 21 on the season for 55 yards. All right, here we go. Shotgun. Motion. Handoff. Picks up about 3 or 4 yards on the ground up to about the 14, right up the gut. 2nd and about 6 coming up now for Florida State. That Rosemaker kid transferred already? Damn. I don't know if he's transferred yet, but he's in the portal. I don't know if he's picked a school yet. 2nd and 6 now. Back to throw. Gets rid of it. Caught. Just across the 20. Good for a first down. Needed 6. Gained 7. First down, Florida State. How many players quit on Florida State? I don't know the exact number. I have no idea. Is their running back playing? Benson, is that his name? Did he quit too? 1st and 10, Florida State on the 21 now. Motion and moving some pieces around. Glenn in a shotgun. Snap. Handoff. Cuts it up inside. Gain of 2, maybe 3 yards on that play. It's going to be 2nd and about 8 coming up now for Florida State. Johnny Wilson, Keon, and the running back are out. Keon Coleman. Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew about the 2 wide receivers. I wasn't sure on Benson, the running back. 2nd and 7 now for Florida State. 13:30 to go in the first quarter. This is the first possession of the game here. Another handoff. Nowhere to go. Didn't gain anything that time. 3rd and 7 coming up for Florida State. No blocking on that play. That wasn't the running back's fault. He had nowhere to go. AU is terrible. Yeah, they're getting beat bad. I think Maryland just scored again, too. The SEC is terrible. Yeah. Yeah. 3rd and 6. Florida State in a shotgun. Let's see if Georgia can get some pressure on this QB here. Georgia not very good at rushing the passer. They never have a lot of sacks. See what they can do here. 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Gets rid of it. Not a good pass. Way over the head of the intended receiver. Incomplete. Florida State will have to punt it away on 4th and 6. But they did manage to get a first down, so they can put that on whatever trophy they're giving themselves. And Uncle Lou, why is Kirby not bringing the house every down? I don't. Why haven't we blitzed on every play? Is that what you're asking? Does anybody do that? A 60-yard punt for Florida State, so a pretty good punt. This isn't Madden. You don't blitz every play. Hey, Lou. Who did you bet on last night between Missouri and OSU? I had under 51 points scored, so I hit that one. But I had Ohio State -5. I missed that one, so I was 1-1 on my bets on the Ohio State game. And I'm 1-0 today. I took Ole Miss on the money line at +175, and they won easily. So I'm 1-0 today. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Looks like Lovett in motion across the formation. Carson Beck hands the ball off to Kendall Milton. Breaks 2 or 3 tackles, picks up about 7 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 3. Carson Beck in a shotgun. Kendall Milton standing next to him. Marcus Rosemy-Jackson in motion this time. Another handoff. Milton right up the middle. Stumbles forward across the 40 to the 44. Gain of about 15. 1st and 10, Georgia. Milton cranking up that diesel, says Rory Bowen. These running backs have something to prove with ETN coming in next year, because ETN's pretty good. So these running backs, they got something to prove. Walk-on in at running back now. I guess that means Georgia can't win playing a walk-on in backups. But they got a backup running back in now, Cash Jones, a walk-on. They're going to throw the ball, and it is, guess what, dropped by Arian Smith. This guy can't catch a fucking cold, man. Get him out of the game. He must have 8-9 drops this year. He's got more drops than he does catches. I don't need to see him anymore. I've been saying that since week 5. Now, I don't have anything against Arian Smith, but Jesus Christ, son, you're on scholarship to catch passes, and you can't. Like, you just don't have the ability to catch the fucking... How do you drop a hitch pass? Nobody drops that shit. I don't need to see him anymore. I'm tired of him. Why does he get a million fucking chances? I don't need to see him anymore. 2nd and 10. Shotgun. Beck waiting on the snap. There it is. Back to throw. Looking downfield this time. Caught by Lovett over the middle. Picks up a first down and then some all the way to the Florida State 41. Gain of about 20. I don't need to see Arian. I've seen enough of that motherfucker. I don't need to see him anymore. Fuck him. I like Arian Smith. That's amazing that he can run really fast. But goddamn, so can Usain Bolt. But he doesn't play football for a reason. Probably because he can't fucking catch just like Arian Smith. I don't need to see him out there anymore. All he does is drop wide open passes. That's it. I mean, it doesn't matter how fast you are if you can't fucking catch. And besides that, speed doesn't do any good to catch a hitch pass. 1st and 10 for Georgia. Play action pass. Beck wants to go deep. Fumble. I think Georgia recovered. Yeah, Georgia got lucky. Lawson Lucky was back there to recover that fumble. Beck's arm got hit as he went to throw the ball, and he fumbled, and Georgia caught a break there that Lawson Lucky was there to recover. It looked like Georgia wanted to go deep. Pressure got to Beck, though. Look, they hit it. Yeah, that's definitely a fumble, too. Georgia caught a break there that Lawson Lucky happened to be in the right place at the right time. Talk about lucky. Yeah, Lawson Lucky. Lucky he was there. 2nd and 20 now for Georgia. Shotgun again. Snap. Play action pass. Beck throws. Complete to Oscar Delp for a 3 or 4 yard loss. It's going to be 3rd and a mile now for Georgia. O-line needs to block that. What the hell? Anthony Richardson is Sonic the Hedgehog, but that's not worth much. FSU shocking the world. What? What? Because they're not losing 5 minutes into the game? Does that shock you? 3rd and 22. Beck in a shotgun. McHonky wide at the bottom of the screen. Love it in a slot at the bottom of the screen. I couldn't see who was up top. Let's see. 4 seconds on the play clock. Snap. Beck back to throw. Looking. Caught by Lovett. Can he get a first down? Got to make a man miss. Can't do it. Going to be stopped about 3 yards short. Needed 22, gained 19. 4th and 3 coming up for the Dogs. 9:15 to go in the first quarter. Fourth and 3. See what Georgia does here. Keeps the offense on the field. They're going to go for it. Kind of in no man's land here. It would be a really, really long field goal. They're on the 34. Beck in a shotgun. 4th and 3. Snap. Florida State blitz. Incomplete pass. Bad throw by Beck, intended for Bell. Not a good throw. Turnover on downs. FSU trying to not let UJ cover. Imagine not being in the playoff. Florida State will take over on their own, 34? Is that where Georgia was? The 34? Let me go get a refill. I'll be right back. Still a commercial break. Still a commercial break. Carson Beck does have a long neck. Carson Beck's a weird looking motherfucker. He looks like an alien. Carson Beck looks like an alien. Beck is terrible? No, Beck's pretty good. Beck had a great year. 1.3K people in here. Smash the like button. Yeah, make sure you hit the like button. Only 277 thumbs up. Y'all please hit the thumbs up. That is a big help to the stream. I'll do my best to entertain you during the game, I promise. But hit the thumbs up. That's a big help. Doesn't take any effort or energy on your part, but it's a big help to me. Hit that thumbs up. Kirby should have taken the points. Good stop for Florida State. Yeah, any Georgia drive that doesn't result in points is obviously a good thing for Florida State. Yeah. 283 thumbs up. An alien is crazy. Brock Bowers or Ladd are our third down option. Ladd's playing. Motion for Florida State. Toss sweep. Tries to get to the corner. Can't get there. Falls forward for maybe a yard. It's going to be 2nd and about 9 now for Florida State. Maryland up 31-7 over Auburn over here on the other TV. Auburn has just looked absolutely terrible today. They can't get anything going. I don't think they had a first down until like the 2nd quarter of that game. They're in the 3rd quarter now. Should be about the 4th quarter soon. 2nd and 9 for Florida State on their own 35. Nope, quarterback keeps this time. No gain, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. It's going to be 3rd and 9. One of those zone reads, and the quarterback decided to keep it. Not a very good idea. Nowhere to go. Darian Ford, what's up, buddy? He says, I believe our kicker is in the transfer portal. Might be going for it all game. Whoa, Todd, thank you for the super chat. We've seen this movie before. Georgia sucks on the first drive, but pummels the opponent the rest of the game. We'll see. We'll see. 3rd and 8. Shotgun for Brock Glenn. 4 wide receivers. One of them comes in motion across the formation. 3 to the bottom of the screen, 1 up top. Quarterback talking to the line of scrimmage. Now he's ready. 2 seconds on the play clock. Snap. Handoff. Nowhere to go. 4th and 8. Florida State will have to punt it away. A 3 and out for Florida State. Nomo Revex says, depressed Ohio State fans, say something to cheer me up, Lou. I don't know if you want to hear what I have to say about Ohio State. Y'all need to just find a way to avoid the SEC. Reality is sometimes a hard pill to swallow, but over the course of the last 100 years, you're 2-13 all time against the SEC in bowl games. That's not a fluke. That's not because of an opt-out here or there. That's not because the game was played in Texas. It's just because the SEC throughout history is just way better than Ohio State. There's no other explanation. Here goes a pretty good punt return out across the 30 to the 31. Georgia 1st and 10 right there on the 31. I mean, RevX, man, it's not the end of the world for Ohio State. I mean, we're going to a 12-team playoff. My money tells me that in the next 10 years, Ohio State will make a 12-team playoff, 8 out of those 10 years? I mean, they're going to be in the playoffs almost every single year. And if they somehow avoid having to play an SEC game, SEC team, they might win some of those playoff games. But for whatever reason, Ohio State can't beat the SEC to save their life. I mean, you can call it trash talk or trolling, but you've been playing the SEC for 100 years. You're 2-13. I mean, and it's not because you lose to the Alabamas and the Georgias every single year. You just lost to Missouri. You're winless all time against Tennessee. You're winless all time against South Carolina. I mean, it doesn't matter which SEC teams you play. For whatever reason, they just have your number. Darian Ford says, just want to remind everyone, Ohio State put up 3 points and lost to Missouri in the Cotton Bowl. I don't think anybody needs to be reminded. I don't think we need to be reminded. I think we remember. 2nd and 7. Auburn actually completes a pass. Not good for a first down, though. Going to be a couple of yards short. 3rd and 2 for the Barn. They're down 31-7. And believe it or not, Auburn was favored in this game. Auburn was about a 5-point favorite in that game. They're getting humiliated by the Maryland Turtles. And guess what, Ohio State? Maryland doesn't have their starting quarterback, yet they're still winning. Amazing, isn't it? Maryland's starting quarterback quit. Pineapple Jr., Tua's younger brother, he quit. He's not playing. Yet somehow Maryland is still finding a way to win. So it is possible. It is possible. Long commercial break here in the Georgia game. It's going to be 1st and 10 Georgia. If they ever decide to come back from this commercial break. 4th and 1, Auburn's going to go for it. I believe they got it, but barely. But barely. Lou, give my son Jacob a shout out. He's in the Army listening to you in Estonia. Shout out to Jacob. And not only that, shout out to all my Estonians out there. Shout out Estonia. I need me an Estonia hat to go along with my Colorado hat. And then I can say it's just an Estonia hat. That's it. It's just an Estonia hat. It's no big deal. What'd you think of the Penn State game? Pretty good win for Ole Miss. Really good win for Ole Miss. There's going to be a lot of hype around Ole Miss this offseason. And I won't be at all surprised if they're in a lot of people's top 5 heading into next season. I tried to tell y'all a couple of weeks ago, Ole Miss is going to mess around and make the playoffs next year. They're going to be a good team. 1st and 10 for Georgia on their own 31. Second possession of the game. Handoff Kendall Milton right up the gut for about 4 or 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 5 now coming up for the Dogs. Shout out to Estonia. I love my Estonians. Estonians are good people. Ole Miss beat the soul out of the Big Ten, says Charkled. Yeah, Penn State scored a garbage touchdown at the end, but Ole Miss was up 3 scores in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 5. Another handoff to Milton. Nowhere to go this time. Falls forward for about a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 4 for the Dogs. Dogs have no receivers. No, they got a lot of receivers. They just don't have any elite receivers. They never do. They never do. They got plenty of receivers, though. What do you mean? Auburn won't win 5 games next year, says Katusa. I'd have to look at their schedule, but off the top of my head, I would take Auburn over 5 wins next year. But I'd have to look at the schedule. Lou, you're not ignorant, my friend. Thank you, Eric. Another commercial break. Why is there a commercial before a 3rd down? What sense does that make? With Missouri 2024 football schedule, they will have to go undefeated to make the playoffs. That's the most fake news I've ever heard. Nobody on planet Earth has to go undefeated to make a 12-team playoff, except for group of 5 teams, maybe. And not even them, because the highest ranked group of 5 conference champion is automatically getting in. But in a 12-team playoff, no. Missouri does not have to go 12-0 to make the playoffs. 11-1 or 10-2 is going to get a lot of teams into playoffs. Why do you have a Shiloh Sanders hat on? Seminole Man wants to know. To confuse you, and it's working, because confusing you is easy to do. Uncle Lou, shout out from Southern California. I'd love to visit Southern California. My dad went to San Diego a couple of years ago. I've never been to California. Now, I don't have any interest in going to, like, the bigger cities, like, well, maybe LA for, well, I don't know. If I went to LA, I would only want to go for, like, a day or two to do the touristy shit and then leave. And I don't really want to go to Northern California because it's too cold up there, but I'd love to go to, like, San Diego, somewhere down south. But I've never been to California. I would go to LA. I wouldn't go to LA for a week. I would go for a couple of days to do the touristy shit, and that's about it, probably. Uncle Lou, does Penn State move on from Franklin? What, like now? No. He'll be the coach at Penn State next year. I'm old enough to remember when the bowl games didn't feature a sponsor's name, the good old days. I remember one of the first sponsors ever for a bowl game. Y'all remember the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl? That was that's I'm not saying that was the first sponsor, but that's the first one I remember. The PlayStation Fiesta Bowl. Yeah, 1.5K people in here. I appreciate y'all hanging out to watch the Orange Bowl today. So far, we got us a good game going. No score yet early in the first quarter. Each team's had the ball twice. Georgia's got the ball for its 2nd time right now. Georgia had a pretty good drive going the first time. Drove down the field, but stalled out. Went for it on 4th down and didn't get it. Turned the ball over on downs. Florida State has had 2 possessions and 2 punts. We'll see what Georgia can do here with their 2nd possession. They're looking at a 3rd down here. But make sure y'all hit the thumbs up if you hadn't. That really is a big help to the stream. So if you're watching right now and you're excited about these football games, please hit the thumbs up. It's a big help to me. Edgar Alice, thank you for the super chat. Says, Uncle Lou, will Southern Cal get better with that UCLA DC? I don't know, because I'm not convinced that the defensive coordinator was Southern Cal's problem. I think it might be a Lincoln Riley problem, a philosophical problem, just an overall approach problem on how Lincoln Riley approaches the game of college football. unless Lincoln Riley is willing to change how he thinks and how he approaches things, I don't know that it'll matter who the defensive coordinator is. So we're just going to have to wait and see. Nice pass on 3rd and 4 that time to Dylan Bell. Hit him on a slant, and that was a strike there. Now that was a good throw. The 3rd down throw or the 4th down throw that Carson Beck had on that last possession was a terrible throw. But this is a good throw here. Hit Dylan Bell right in stride on a slant. And Georgia picks up about 15 yards and moves the sticks. 1st and 10 Dogs. Lovick in motion. Beck in a shotgun. Snap. Play action. Throws. Tipped at the line of scrimmage and falls incomplete. Intended for Marcus Rosemy Jack Saint. Got batted down at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up now for the Dogs. Darian Ford, thank you for the super chat. White Tonto looks juiced on defense today. Yeah, Florida State's got a good defense. Michael Sprague, thank you for the super chat. He says, hell yeah, and damn right also. I think he's talking about the my Ole Miss comments. Yeah, Ole Miss is going to be good next year. I mean, Ole Miss was good this year. If we had a 12-team playoff this year, Ole Miss would probably be in. And if they can go 10-2 next year, they'll probably be in again. And the thing is, I don't have everybody's schedule memorized yet. Hold on a sec. Like 2nd and 10, Carson Beck in the pocket all day, throws over the middle, caught inside the 35 to the 32 by Marcus Rosemy Jack Saint. If you look at Ole Miss's schedule next year, the first thing you notice is they don't have to play Alabama. They've been playing Alabama every single year, year after year after year as an SEC West team. The divisions are going away in the SEC, and Ole Miss doesn't play Bama next year. They do play Georgia, but they get Georgia at home. Dejon Edwards, big run inside the 20 to the 15. Let's go. Good to see Dejon out there. Good to see Dejon out there. Not the greatest running back in the world, but you know what you're going to get with him. He's reliable. Does everything good. He's not great at anything. He doesn't have breakaway speed. He's not overpowering. He doesn't have all the juke moves, but he does everything good. Nice run there by Dejon. So, yeah, Ole Miss doesn't play Bama, and they get Georgia at home. So it sets up for Ole Miss to make a run to the playoffs next year if they can stay healthy and put a few wins together. 1st and 10 for the Dogs on the 15. No score. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Pistol formation. Snap. Handoff to Kendall Milton. 10-5. Touchdown untouched, basically, from the 15-yard line into the end zone. Georgia scores first. They take a 6-0 lead over Florida State. An extra point will make it 7. And we're halfway to getting Lou paid here in the first half. I did not bet the game overall. It went all the way up to 21 points. 22 points. At kickoff, it was 22. Georgia was favored by 22 at kickoff. That was just too high. I didn't bet that. But I did bet Georgia in the first half, and I think I got it for 13. I think it's, let me check. I'll tell you. Because if I miss it, I know y'all like to troll me if I lose the bet. So I'll tell you what the bet is ahead of time. I've got Georgia minus 13.5 in the first half. So basically, I need them to score at least 2 touchdowns and keep FSU out of the end zone. I need Georgia to be winning at halftime by more than 13.5. That's what I need. See if I can do it. We'll see if the Dogs can do it. Edgar Alice, thank you again for the super chat. He says, do you think Ohio State I think he's asking about Oregon State. Oregon State and Wazoo dropping the ball, not merging with the Mountain West, and not making that move and keeping the Pac-12 intellectual property. I think they should join. Yes, I think they should join a conference. What they call it doesn't matter to me. I don't care if they keep the Pac-12 name. I don't care if they just join the Mountain West. It doesn't matter to me, but they need to be in a conference. What they call it is irrelevant to me. N.O. Thank you for the super chat. He says, thanks for all you do, Uncle Lou. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, buddy. In fact, Happy New Year to everybody watching. It's an unusual year in that we don't have any football games tomorrow. We've had New Year's Eve football games last couple of years. So I've been able to wish everybody a Happy New Year on New Year's Eve. Not going to be able to do that this year. So Happy New Year to all of y'all watching, whatever your plans are tomorrow. I hope you stay safe. I'll be back here Monday, though. We got games all day on Monday. I'll be streaming pretty much all day Monday. The Alabama-Michigan game on Monday, that's going to be the Patreon stream. So for those of you that aren't signed up on the Patreon page yet, not sure what's wrong with you. But there you go. There's a link to the Patreon page. I just posted it in the chat. That link is also in the description of the video. But we'll be on Patreon Monday at 5 o'clock for Alabama versus Michigan. The other games will be right here on YouTube on Monday. Stoops worried after back-to-back 7-win seasons. Is Stoops worried? I don't know if Stoops is worried or not. I have no clue what goes on inside Mark Stoops' head. No clue. So I don't know if he's worried. I know he got a big raise and extension a year or two ago from Kentucky, so I don't think he's worried about losing his job, if that's what you're asking. You know, I mean, he almost took the A&M job, you know. He was basically offered the A&M job, but the Texas A&M fans got mad, and so Texas A&M reneged the offer, but I don't know. I don't really know what he would be worried about. Hey, Wesley, thank you for the super chat, and Happy New Year to you too, sir. He says, go Vols. Yeah, I'll be streaming the Tennessee-Iowa game right here on the channel on Monday. Get our first look at Nico. I'm about to leave you, the true freshman quarterback for Tennessee. We've seen a lot of new quarterbacks play in the bowl season. Jackson Arnold obviously struggled mightily and looked terrible. The guy for Kansas State, though, what's his name? What was that quarterback? That quarterback for Kansas State looked amazing. I can't wait to watch him play next year. He looked unbelievable. The long curly hair, that Goldilocks looking motherfucker for Kansas State. Boy, he looked really good. Avery Johnson, is that his name? Boy, he looked really good for Kansas State. I can't wait to watch him play next year. 1st and 10 for Florida State on their own 25. They're down 7-0 with 4:05 to go in the first quarter. Empty backfield. Back to throw. Over the middle. Complete for a gain of about 4, maybe 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Second and 5 for Florida State. Wildcat formation this time. Snap, toss, or jet sweep. Gets to the outside and picks up the first down. Florida State running some tricks here. Florida State in a Wildcat formation. Span lined up at quarterback, ran a jet sweep to, who is that? What's that guy's name? I couldn't see his name. And on 2nd and 5, Florida State picks up 6 yards and gets a first down. 1st and 10 now. Wildcat again. Motion. Snap. Quarterback keep this time. Nowhere to go. Tackled at the line of scrimmage. Falls forward for a yard. It basically the same play, but instead of tossing it on the jet sweep, the Wildcat kept the ball that time. Georgia was ready for that. Boy, C.J. Allen's going to be a problem for people next year. That's a true freshman right there, number 33, that just made that tackle. And he is going to be really, really good. Really, really good. 2nd and 9 for Florida State, moving people around here. Shotgun. Quarterback back in the game now. Back to throw. Good protection, too. Going deep. Has a man. Overshot him. Dalen Everett onto coverage, and the receiver had a step on it. Every receiver on planet Earth seems to have 2 or 3 steps on Dalen Everett. I hope Ellis Robinson is ready to play football the minute he steps foot in Athens, because this Dalen Everett is fucking terrible for Georgia. I'm sorry. Every single time I see... I've never seen a play where he wasn't beat, ever. Every single time somebody throws it to Dalen Everett, the wide receiver is 3 steps past him all year long. I hope Ellis Robinson is ready to play day one. 3rd and 9 for Florida State. Empty backfield. They got the quarterback back in there. Back to throw. Gets rid of it. Incomplete on a slant. It's going to be 4th and 9. Florida State have to kick it away again. 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the first quarter. How do you think Nico will do in the bowl game? No way to know. I think he'll make some plays that make it obvious why he was so highly rated and recruited. And then I think he'll make some plays that will remind you he's a true freshman quarterback making his first start. You just got to hope he makes more good plays than bad, but we'll see. Here's the punt from Florida State. This one's going to hit the ground at the 20 and roll dead around the 18-yard line. 1st and 10, Georgia on their own 18. Can I get a War Tiger Plainsman for East Alabama Male College? Freezus is not the answer. Can I get a War Tiger Plainsman for East Alabama Male College? Freezus is not the answer. 31-7. Freezus is losing to Maryland right now. 14 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Auburn's got the ball. Pass complete. Gain of about 3. That's it. It's going to be 4th and 7. You people who are hating on Nico is the people who wanted him on their team. Who's hating on Nico? I didn't say anything bad about Nico. I think he better put some meat on his bones or he's not going to make it through a season. But that's just stating the obvious. The guy looks like a wet spaghetti noodle. 2nd and 7 coming up for Georgia. They're up 7-0 in the first quarter over Florida State. Just under a minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Arian Smith back in the game. Please don't throw him the ball. Handoff to Dejon Edwards. Gets to the outside. Cuts it up. Picks up a first down and then some across the 30 to the 31. Gain of about 9 on the play. 1st and 10 Dogs up near the 30. You've got to remember Lassiter last year looked like Everett did this year. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Lassiter did not look at all like Everett looks this year. At all. What's one positive thing Auburn fans can look forward to next season? Going deep. Nearly intercepted. Terrible throw. That was terribly underthrown by Carson Beck, and he was very lucky that one wasn't intercepted. Tennessee fans are like Malkovich, Nico. That ball was drastically underthrown. Either that or the route was run drastically wrong, but it looked like it was Carson Beck's fault. I don't know, but Carson Beck's fault. He shouldn't have thrown the ball to Arian Smith. You should never throw the ball to Arian Smith. So it's 100% Carson Beck's fault. 2nd and 10. Ladd McConkey at the bottom of the screen. Pass complete to Ladd McConkey. Has some room. Across midfield into Florida State territory to the 48-47 yard line. Our first McHonky sighting. Shout out McHonky. Boy, how mad is Clemson that they let a decent white player get away? How did Clemson not find this guy, but Georgia did? Unbelievable. 1st and 10 for the Dogs. Handoff to Kendall Milton. Runs the man over. There he goes. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. And that's the problem with Georgia's running backs right there. Now, that's a great play. Congratulations. But that's the issue with Georgia's running backs. Any other running back Georgia has had at any point in the last 15 years, this would have been a touchdown. But Georgia doesn't have a single running back that can outrun a safety. Look at this. How many times have we seen Georgia running backs get caught from behind? That's why we don't have any 50-yard touchdown runs right here. This is why. Look, every running back we've had, go all the way back. Todd Gurley, Keith Marshall, Nick Chubb, Sony Michel, DeAndre Swift, James Cook, and Kenny McIntosh. All of them would have scored on that play. Every single one of them. So, shout out to Travis Etienne. Might have to pay Lou at halftime. Might have to pay Lou on that Georgia minus 13.5 in the first half. Might have to get a hashtag pay Lou going at halftime. Damn, it's a great day to be a dog, ain't it? Where's my Florida State fans at? Nathan Gibson, thank you for the super chat. East Alabama Male College is the Barnes' original name. Sorry your dogs didn't make the playoffs. Fucking shame. Pulling for them today, and woe tide. Thank you, Nathan. Peter Drummerboy says, hey, Lou. Thanks for the year-round entertainment and all the best to you and your dogs. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, Peter. Appreciate you tuning in today. Hope you're enjoying these bowl games. How do you think Nico will do in the bowl game? I just talked about that like 3 minutes ago, but I think he'll make some plays that show you why he was so highly recruited. Then I think he'll make some plays that remind you he's a true freshman making his first start. That's pretty much how it goes with true freshman quarterbacks. Do you pull for all the SEC teams during bowl season? Yeah, I'm an SEC homer. Unless I'm betting on the game. You know, like last night I bet on Ohio State, so I wasn't necessarily pulling for Mizzou because it cost me money. But it was still funny that Ohio State lost to the SEC again. It was really a no-lose situation for me. If Ohio State wins, I win money. If Ohio State loses, I get to laugh at Ohio State fans for 8 months about how they can't beat the SEC again. So it's really a win-win for Uncle Lou. What is considered the best week 1 game next season? I haven't looked at next year's schedule yet. I think Miami and Florida play week 1, though. Not that that would be the best game, but that would be one of them. I think Miami and Florida is week 1 next year. But I haven't even looked forward to next year's schedule yet, so I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Auburn is driving. Look at this. They're in the red zone, for Christ's sake. This hadn't happened much. Yeah, Georgia versus Clemson. That's week 1 in Atlanta. Go FSU. Go where? SEC, Big Ten, what? Bad news, you're stuck in the ACC. You don't have $570 million. You can't get out. You're stuck in the ACC. You're not going anywhere. No matter how much you type go FSU, they're not going anywhere. First and goal for the Dogs on the 5. Kendall Milton, untouched into the end zone. Raj. Currently smoking a ton of pork for New Year's Eve barbecue party, says Crazy Weather Dude. I didn't get the invitation. It must have got lost in the mail. Thank you, though. Looks like your bet is going to hit, Woo. I don't know. I mean, we still got a lot of time to go. Florida State could score. So we got a lot of time to go. But, yeah, I did bet Georgia minus 13.5 for the first half. FSU fans will leave by halftime. This shit is over, says Slim. You think Billy gets fired? Sunbelt Billy? Yeah, next season. Into next season. Billy Napier? Yeah, he'll get fired into next season. Auburn needs to burn some toilet paper as a sacrifice to the football gods so they can get that Auburn voodoo going. Lou is money today. Yeah, well, look, I've taken a beating betting these bowl games the last week, but I hit a good one earlier. Ole Miss was a 6-point underdog. I bet them on the money line to win outright at plus 175. So that was a good one. And then I took Georgia minus 13.5 in the first half here. And you know what I might do? I like Wyoming too. I'm a degenerate now. Did that game already start or something? Did I miss my chance? Yep, that game already started. I was going to take Wyoming. Over Toledo, but I thought that game started at 5, but it's already started. Looks like Wyoming is what, up 3-0? Shit. Oh well. Or is it no score? I think Toledo's up 3-0. I think Wyoming's up 3-0. In fact, I know Wyoming's up 3-0. I don't know why it says 0-0 on the screen. A Florida's fan is in the stands. Just why? Says Milliard. Well, maybe they wanted to go to a bowl game, and they can't go watch Florida in a bowl game because Florida wasn't good enough to play in a bowl game. So maybe they're just going to watch somebody else. I don't know. 1st and 10 for Florida State. They're down 14-0. Second quarter just underway. Pistol formation here. Snap. Play action pass.
Quarterback under pressure, running, throws, complete. Good for a first down across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Nice looking throw and catch there for Florida State. That was a good looking play. That's the best play of the day for Florida State. That was nice. 1st and 10 for Florida State on their own 42. Pistol again. Motion. Snap. Play action pass. Going deep. Is that Everett burned again? Caught. Who got burned that time? Daniel Harris. I might well take your ass back in the portal. A bomb for Florida State. It's going to be 1st and goal inside the 5. Is Lassiter not playing? Is Kamari Lassiter, did he quit? Did Kamari Lassiter quit? If Everett's on the other side and that's Daniel Harris, then where the fuck is Kamari Lassiter? Did Lassiter quit? 1st and goal for Florida State on the 3. Snap. Quarterback scrambling. Nowhere to go. Is going to be tackled for a loss of a yard. 2nd and goal from the 4 for Florida State. Did Lassiter quit or what? Lassiter's playing? Not much you can do about throws like that. Yeah, that was a Hail Mary type throw, but you got to knock that down. I mean, that's not repeatable. That's not something Florida State's going to do over and over again. That doesn't, I mean, that doesn't worry me. That's not something, that's not something that's going to happen over and over again. It's worse when they drive down the field on you. 2nd and goal for Florida State from the 4. Snap, back to throw. Into the end zone. Incomplete. 3rd and goal coming up for Florida State. Oh man, Lou, that's not good for your bet. Well, there's still plenty of time left in the 2nd quarter. I mean, I've been betting a long time. You don't count your money with 12 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter on a first half bet. Lou, I'm excited about playoffs at the campuses next year. Yeah, me too. I can't wait for that. Home playoff games are going to be unbelievable next year. I can't wait. 3rd and goal for Florida State. 3 wide. Shotgun. No, 4 wide. Snap. Throws into the end zone. Over the head of the intended receiver. Incomplete. 4th and goal. Let's see if Florida State takes the points or goes for it. Probably take the points, I guess. 45-3, UJ wins this one, says Mixa. I doubt it'll be that ugly, honestly. I doubt it'll be that ugly. Not going to win with field goals. Well, they're not going to win no matter what. Kick is up and kick is good. 14-3. So I need Georgia to score some more points here for my first half bet. We still good on 14. You got Georgia minus 14. I've got a minus 13. You might push, Colby. You might push. Penn State lost again. Yeah, they got beat down pretty bad by Ole Miss. Playoff predictions, I like Alabama and Texas. Who was the fastest running back in the SEC this year? I don't know. Nobody on Georgia's team, I know that. I know it wasn't anybody on Georgia's team. UGA is trash, just admit it. You're a Clemson fan. Y'all lost 4 games. And you're losing to Georgia in week 1 next year. All you do is lose to Georgia. Clemson can't beat Georgia to save their life. Bobby Means. Thank you for joining the channel, Bobby. Appreciate that, buddy. Rematch and championship game that is trash. We watched that already. you got to get this idea out of your head that teams can't play twice. I don't know. I mean, literally every sport on earth, you have rematches all the time. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. I'm so thankful to you, Uncle Lou. You're a staple in my doghouse here in Athens. Go Dogs. Thank you, KG. Good to see you in here today. Happy New Year. Georgia needs some big-time recruits on the defensive line. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Nico is Heisman favorite next year. In your feeble little mind, he is. George, in your feeble, barely functioning brain, I'm sure that's true. What do you think of Brent and OU? They got a lot of work to do, and they got 8 months to get it done. Because if anything remotely close to what I saw against Arizona shows up in the SEC next year, they'll be 5-7. Milton helping his draft stock, says Doghouse Podcast. You seem like a Colorado fan, says Football Kid 10. What do Colorado fans seem like? Like what about me seems like a Colorado fan? What in your mind makes somebody a Colorado fan? You could possibly see 2 teams play 3 times with a 12-team playoff in some years. Yeah, you could. They say the Nebraska teams of old were juiced out on roids. Well, a lot of people were on steroids back in the 80s, especially, and into the 90s, before they really could test for it and all that. Bowers has just as much of a chance at winning Heisman as Nico next year. Well, Bowers has 0 chance. I guess you're saying Nico has 0 chance too. Hey, Lou, Mizzou fan here. I think we can make the playoffs next year. We'll see. We'll see. UJ has big recruits coming in. 95 Nebraska, still the GOAT team. Yeah, I think the 1995 Nebraska team is the best team of my lifetime, in my opinion. 1st and 10 for Florida State. No, for Georgia. Sorry. Florida State just kicked a field goal. 1st and 10 for Georgia. They're up 14-3. 12 and a half minutes to go in the second quarter. 3 wide. Beck, snap. Play action pass. Rolls to his right. Looks downfield. Throws complete to Oscar Delp. Tries to hurdle a man. Didn't work. Didn't work. All he basically did was knee the guy in the head. That's kind of funny. That was kind of funny. What's up, Wotod99? Thank you for joining the channel, buddy. Going deep. What a catch! Holy shit! What a catch, man! You don't see that kind of shit from Georgia receivers very often. What a fucking catch that was! Look at this 2-star. Look at this 2-star nobody. Look, what a catch! Holy shit. That was a great catch by Dylan Bell. 1st and 10 for Georgia on the Florida State 30. 11 and a half minutes to go until halftime. Beck under center now. Hands this one off to Dejon Edwards. All kinds of room. 1st down and then some. Gain of 15. Drug a Florida State defender for the last 6 yards. Into the red zone now for the Dogs. 1st and 10. Delp looked like Daniel LaRusso. He tried to hurdle, but the other player didn't dive like he was supposed to. 1st and 10, Beck in a shotgun this time. Looks like Dejon Edwards back there with him still. Snap. Handoff to Dejon. Gets outside. 10-5. Untouched into the end zone. Georgia's going to take a 21-3 lead. Man, Florida State's not that good, are they? Yeah, Florida State's just not that good. This is a shame. Yeah, Florida State better stay in the ACC. They don't want these problems year in and year out, do they? Florida State don't want these problems year in and year out, do they? They better stay in the ACC, the Group of 5 league that they're in now. The ACC is basically a Group of 5 league. They better just stay there. The last thing Florida State needs is to be playing Georgia every year. Here comes the extra point. It's good. Georgia 21, Florida State 3. Vertebreaker, thank you for the super chat. I'm glad betting is illegal in my state. I would lose too much money. The over-under for Texas and Washington seems like a safe bet, though. Well, you like the over or the under? You like the over or the under? Breaking, FSU decides to stay in ACC. Yeah, that would be funny if after this game that they put an announcement out that said, we changed our mind. We're just going to stay in the ACC. Boy, FSU down bad. Boy, they terrible, man. FSU terrible. Almost feel sorry for them, except I don't. They have a chance in the Big Ten. No, they don't want those problems either. Even in the Big Ten West, which is going away, but it's not. But they might would do all right in the Big Ten West, but the Big Ten West is going away. Well, this is over. Happy New Year. I'm gonna go read FSU crying forums. All right, buddy. Austin, thank you for the super chat. He says, think this will hush them about the playoff. No, they're just going to continue to cry about that. Darian Ford says, I hope Georgia brings back the black stripe on the helmet next year. If Clemson is down, the rest of the conference is group of 5. Clemson is definitely down. They lost 4 games. They're terrible. They got blown out by Duke. Clemson's so bad they lost to Florida State. Clemson turned the ball over in every single game this year. Clemson didn't play a single game where they didn't turn the ball over. That's just terrible. FSU 2-0 versus SEC, 4-0 in the last 2 years. Georgia's an SEC team, buddy. Georgia's an SEC team. You're getting your shit pushed in. As a Florida fan, I'm enjoying the poverty that is free shoes. This game makes me happy. Thank you, Celine Driver, for the super chat. Banjo, thank you for the super chat. He says, Notre Dame's the only thing that could save the ACC right now. Imagine needing Notre Dame to save your piss-poor conference. Yeah, the only thing that can save the ACC is Notre Dame, a team that hasn't won a major postseason bowl game since 1988. ACC down bad, man. Always a good day after Ohio loses. Thank you, Jonathan Moxley. I missed that super chat earlier. I hope you're still in here, but thank you for that super chat. I must have missed that earlier. I apologize for that. He says, always a good day after Ohio loses. I agree with you there. Florida State fumbled and Georgia recovers. Now, is that because of opt-outs? Is that because of opt-outs, or what is that? Why is that? Huh? Hey, Florida State, man, get you one of these wireless keyboards. You can stomp all over your fucking house and rage type at the same time. Go ahead. Go ahead. Moron. Bunch of dummies. Florida State fans the last 2 weeks telling me they're beating Georgia.
5-star dummy.
$21-3. First and 10, Georgia on the Florida State 27. Beck under center this time. Hitch pass to Lad McConkey, who wants to throw the ball, changes his mind and runs it instead, running circles around these clowns. This is the most embarrassing play in college football history. Florida State ought to march their ass out of the stadium right now and never play another down of football as long as I live. That's the most humiliating thing I've ever seen in a college football game. A 5'2" white boy Watch what this 5'2" white boy just did to you. He ran 3 circles around your entire team. Good God Almighty. I guess having a big top circus tent on campus right next to your football practice facility doesn't do shit for your football team, because this is the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen done to a football team in my 44 years on this earth. That's humiliating. That's humiliating. Y'all better stick to the trapeze and the fucking the rest of the circus shit that y'all got going on down there, because the football thing ain't working. The football thing ain't working. Holy shit. Banjo says the clown and the 5-star dummy graduated from Florida State. Let's people, I don't know why people think I'm trolling. I don't know why people think I'm trolling.
Timeless. A tradition lasting since 1947.
Fucking clowns.
Daring. A group of students set out to defy gravity. And if they
Clown
don't,
shit.
they will keep trying. Home. A place to always return to, where the friendships made are equally as lasting
What a fucking
as
joke.
the memories made. This is
Look,
the Florida State
Look!
University.
Right next to the goddamn practice facility, they got a goddamn big top! Holy shit! They're shooting midgets out of cannons. They got the dumbass on the motorcycle that rides inside of the steel cage. The fuck, man? No wonder y'all can't do shit in football. Goddamn circus school. What are y'all? I'm serious, man. Y'all ought to just fucking pack the football shit in, man. Georgia Tech is a more serious football program than Florida State. What are y'all doing? Man, that's bad, man. That's bad. Y'all, I swear. That's fucking silly, man. Y'all got people, fucking trapeze, the goddamn, you know, when the car pulls up and there's like 25 clowns inside of the damn thing. Y'all are silly as shit, man. A goddamn clown school right next to the fucking football practice facility. You got dumbasses over there with the fucking high wire where they're holding the goddamn, the balancing thing, and they're walking on the goddamn high wire and shit. You got people over here trying to practice football while y'all are shooting midgets out of cannons and all kinds of other dumb shit down there at Florida State. I got goddamn fucking circus school. Congratulations. And then, somebody opts out. Well, go grab a fucking clown from next door. Suit his ass up. 1st and 10 for Florida State on their own 43. Wildcat, nowhere to go. Oh, bounces outside. Georgia had it bottled up, bounced outside, though, picks up 8 yards. Rod says, can I just say, how about them dogs? As always, the committee got it wrong. Home Slice says, FSU, no defense. Mac Ryan, thank you for the super chat. He says, you think we lose any more in too deep to the portal? Lad trying to be McCaffrey. LOL. Look, I can't guess what these players are going to do when it comes to the portal anymore. And, there's the portal window is about to close, but there's another portal after spring practice. So even if you keep players now, they get another chance to leave the end of April, beginning of May. So I can't guess or figure out what these players are going to do when it comes to the portal anymore. Darian Force has always thought the clown college thing was a joke. Well, it is a joke. It's a fucking joke, but it's real. But yeah, it's a joke. Florida State's a joke. But the clown college thing is real. It's time to put FSU through the ding-a-ling car wash? Man, that seems a little drastic, I'm not going to lie. For what it's worth, 28-3 isn't as bad as I was expecting. I don't know what you were expecting. Any bets for the Cowboys-Lions game? I typically don't bet the NFL, man. I typically don't bet the NFL. F Bama. F Ohio State. Have a great New Year's. Thank you, Biggs Mikes. 3rd and 2 for Florida State. I believe he's going to be a little bit short of the first down. It's going to be 4th and about a yard. They might as well go for it. They might as well go for it. 4th and 1, Florida State's going to go for it. I don't blame them. They are in Georgia territory on the 44. They need to get to about the 43. Somebody calls a timeout here. Let's see who it is. I think Florida State called a timeout. Yeah, Florida State called a timeout. 28-3, 7:34 to go in the second quarter. Florida State's looking at a 4th and 1 when we come back from the timeout. How about the Gator Bowl yesterday? Which one was that? I can't memorize the names of these bowl games. Was that Clemson and Kentucky? If you're talking about Clemson and Kentucky, that was a hell of a game. The fourth quarter in particular was fucking wild. I mean, you had 3 or 4 turnovers. I don't even remember how many points were scored total in the fourth quarter, but it was just back and forth, up and down the field. That was a wild fourth quarter. That's the most entertaining bowl game I've seen this season for sure. I haven't watched every bowl game, but I've watched a lot of them, but that one was really good. At the end especially. Vertebreaker says, have a heart, Kirby, put the cheerleaders in. Boy, I don't think that would be having a heart. Because if we put the cheerleaders in and they ran it up on Florida State, I think that's more embarrassing for Florida State than it is if you just let the football players do it. If UGA and FSU were both full strength, the score would be about the same. FSU is the new TCU. All that laughing Georgia doing doesn't change the fact they're not in the playoffs. Morons. Okay. Hard to get players ready when the whole team has given up on the year after getting screwed by the college football playoff. Yeah, that sounds like an excuse. FSU would be winning if this were a playoff game. That sounds like an excuse. Keep in mind, Florida State couldn't get a first down against Louisville, you fucking idiot. But you think they would be winning, okay? They couldn't get a first down against Louisville. You're mentally retarded. It's official. I don't understand. You have to be on a breathing tube. You have to be on a breathing tube. I'm serious. Florida State couldn't even get a first down against Louisville, buddy. Same Louisville that just got blown out by a 7-5 Southern Cal team. That's after getting blown out by a 6-win Kentucky team. So keep up with the excuses. Got some first downs against, the chat is going fast. I'm having a hard time reading some of these. Celine Driver, thank you for the super chat. Free Shoes U was also an all-girls school at one. Yes, they used to be an all-girls school. And it looks like they might still be. Yeah, Florida State did used to be an all-girls school. It started as an all-girls school, if I remember correctly. But it did used to be an all-girls school, yeah. Lou, I warned Georgia fans, FSU fans are the same, might be worse than Sutnut fans. Boy, that would be something there. Is that true? Are you Florida State people worse than Ohio State fans? Is that true? Is that true? Auburn getting embarrassed by Maryland. Yeah, Auburn didn't even show up today. What did that say? I missed it. Oh, Lou, who do you think has been the best conference this season? The SEC. The SEC and the Pac-12, I think, were the 2 best conferences. Does FSU even celebrate winning the ACC championship? That's like winning the MAC, says Scottish. First and 10 for Florida State. Looks like they want to go deep. There they go. Batted down at the line of scrimmage, though. Yeah, they did try to go deep there, but got batted down at the line. Second and 10 coming up for Florida State. Lou, you better be glad this isn't a call-in show. You would have a lot of five-star dummy calls. Yeah, call-in show Tuesday night, though. I do a call-in show every Tuesday night at 9, so please call in. I can't wait. Tuesday ought to be great. That's after the playoff games, too. So we ought to have some great calls Tuesday night, 9 o'clock, right here on this channel. We'll do the call-in show. Ah! Somebody just sneaked up on me. Somebody just sneaked up on me. Over 2,000 people in here. Now, y'all hit the thumbs up. Do me that one favor. It's the easiest thing you can do to help support the show and the channels. Hit that thumbs up. It doesn't take any time, effort, or energy on your part, but it's a big help to me. 2,000 people in here. We really ought to be able to get to about 1,300 or 1,400 thumbs up for sure. Y'all do me that favor and hit that thumbs up. Cash Jones is my new favorite linebacker. What? I don't even know what that means. Cash Jones is a running back. Cash Jones is a walk-on running back for Georgia, so I'm not even sure what that means about the linebacker deal. 3rd and 6 coming up for Florida State. Look at White Tonto. He looked mad as shit on that show pony, didn't he? Look at him. 3rd and 6, empty backfield for Florida State. Now they bring a running back back there. Snap, back to throw. Deep, turn around. Caught, but out of bounds. 4th and 6. Peyton says, enjoy pretending FSU's water boys have any relation to the 2023 team. We all know the starters who held LSU to 17 aren't playing. What about the starters that played against Louisville and couldn't get a first down? Shut the fuck up, man. Florida State's terrible and Georgia's just way better. Georgia would have beat you in week 1. They would have beat you in week 5. They would have beat you in week 10. They would have beat you the week before Jordan Travis got hurt. They would have beat you the week after Jordan Travis got hurt. It's always woulda, shoulda, coulda, you know? It's always woulda, shoulda, coulda. You're losing. Tote your L like a man and stop with the fucking excuses. Everybody's got a goddamn excuse all the time. You're losing. You're gonna lose. You're gonna get embarrassed. You're gonna get beat down. You have a losing record to Georgia for a reason. You haven't beat Georgia since 1965 for a reason, okay? Georgia's just better than you. And it's really not that close. Ray Bob says FSU ain't showed me nothing. They're hiding their offense. Florida State's hiding their offense. I think this might be a catch, though, unless the ball hit the ground. But it looked like he did have a foot in. He definitely had a foot in. That left foot is in, but I don't know if the ball hit the ground or bobbled or what. Yeah, look, yeah, well, I don't know. That might be a catch. We'll see. Did Ted Bundy come back from the dead and murdering Florida State again? Damn, man. Damn. That's wrong. Ted Bundy did murder a lot of women at Florida State, though.
Did he?
Yeah. I wonder if they were, I don't know if they were circus students or what, but he did murder some Florida State people. Caleb says FSU won't know peace until they stop mocking the Seminole Nation with that painted face and horse. Mark my words. Yeah, that's a white boy they put on that horse too. It's a fraternity at Florida State that picks the map that gets the mascot every year. It's a white boy, and they paint him up to look like an Indian. They stick him up on that show pony, hand him a flaming toothpick, slap the show pony on the ass. He runs out to midfield, and they throw the thing in the ground. It's really kind of silly. Raynock 9008 says, so no co-national champions for FSU. Someone should check in with Danny Cannell and see how he's handling this. He'll be on with the excuse parade like he normally is. I miss the old Lou not walking through motions. Lou, I don't even know what that means. I've been streaming games like this for 8 years the exact same way. I don't know. I have no idea what you mean or what you're talking about there. Cousin Cash stripped the ball. No. What are you talking about on the kickoff? That doesn't make him a linebacker. Do the Noles get credit for showing up to play? Well, yeah, the ones that showed up to play. I mean, and the ones that showed up, hey, all of these people out here playing for Florida State were recruited, signed, and given scholarships to play football by Mike Norvell. So, it's not my fault they're getting their ass beat. 4th and 6 for Florida State on the 38. Incomplete. Turnover on downs. 5:59 to go in the second quarter. Let me see. Did I miss any other super chats? Lou, I warned you, Jay. Okay, I'm caught up there. But you ain't showed me nothing. Ted Bundy comment. All right, I think we're caught up. Some of them are walk-ons, not scholarship athletes. Well, that's fine. Georgia's playing walk-ons too. Cash Jones has been out there multiple times. He's a walk-on. So, yep. Lou, you are winning your bet. Yeah, my bet looks good. My bet looks good right now. I have Georgia minus 13.5 in the first half. And right now it looks like that's going to be a winner. We won the noon game too.
I heard.
Yeah, so we're going to be 2-0 for the day. 1st and 10 for Georgia. Jet sweep to Dylan Bell. Only picks up 2 or 3 yards. 2nd and about 7 coming up for Georgia. Charcoal says, I was joking. He played great defense. What? Dude, just stop. Whatever you're trying to do, it's not working. I was just joking, LOL. He played great defense. He doesn't play defense. I don't know what you're trying to do there, but okay. Make it happen. Thank you for the super chat. I'll get to that in 1 second. 2nd and 7. Kendall Milton, big hole across midfield to the 49-yard line. First down, Georgia. This showed a different end of 2 coaches. Kirby still prepares his players. Don't matter what happened in the past, but if you have a coach like Ohio State and FSU, you get this kind of outcome. That's a fact. That's a fact. 1st and 10 for the Dogs. Carson Beck back to throw. Goes deep down the sideline. Incomplete. Intended for Arian Smith, which is a huge mistake. Should never throw the ball to Arian Smith. But I think they're going to get Florida State for pass interference. Professionally certified hater says, Bama fan here. We smoking that FSU pack tonight, Lou. Yeah, beat down here, buddy. Chris Kristenoff, thank you for the super chat. There should be a mercy rule for what's going on here. I mean, seriously, how can this even be televised? UJ Webb, way better. I told y'all FSU was weak. Yeah. Yep. Peyton Clark, thank you for the super chat. Caleb Counts, thank you for the super chat. What is Smith's first name? Arian. Arian Smith. A-R-I-A-N. 1st and 10 Dogs. Kendall Milton. No. Carson keeps and throws to Oscar Delp. Huge gain down to the 15. Tricked me. I thought he handed it to Kendall Milton. You know we're a second half team, Lou, says Kyle. Yeah. There you go, Kyle. There you go, Kyle. Thank you, Kyle, for the super chat. Thomas Waits says, I've given no excuses, FSU fan. I'm still watching. They do hand it to Kendall Milton that time. Fights forward for 2 or 3 yards. That's about it. Little Whitey says 13-1 is still a hell of a season. Go Noles. It is a hell of a season. It is a hell of a season. Blake Wilson says, sorry for the Ted Bundy comment. That was wrong of me to type. Well, I mean, we make fun of Ohio State because Jeffrey Dahmer went there. So I guess really nothing's off limits. 2nd and 8, pass complete to Arian Smith. Walks into the end zone untouched for a touchdown.
That was too easy.
Hey, you know what's going to be funny? You know what's going to be funny? Don't run off. Don't leave. I know what you're thinking. This is a blowout. We don't want to watch this. I get it. Wait until the second half when Georgia takes all their starters out. Okay? And they put all their backups in, which is what Florida State is playing. Who do you think's going to win that matchup? Who do you think's going to win that matchup? Georgia's backups or Florida State's backup? Who do you think's going to... What do you think? Florida State's going to come back on Georgia when we pull the starters? No, the lead's going to get bigger. The lead's just going to get bigger. Our backups are going to beat the fuck out of Florida State just like the starters are. That's going to be funny. Gunnar Stockton's going to come in, the guy, third string quarterback. Gunnar Stockton's going to come in the second half. He's our third string quarterback because the second string quarterback transferred out. We're going to have a third string quarterback. We're going to have a bunch of walk-ons and freshmen and players that nobody's ever heard of. And they're going to continue to beat the absolute soul and will to live out of what's left of the Florida State football program. And it's going to be hilarious. It's going to be hilarious.
It's brutal.
Yeah. And then what would the excuse be from Florida State, man? They won't have one. They won't have no excuse.
We had people opt out. They already used that excuse.
Well, we do. So did, we got. It don't matter when you got the backups in and that. Yep. But we should have been in. Woo. Yeah. Thank you, Jarrett. Millie Art says Miss Lou has a nice shirt. I have the same one. She has every flannel shirt ever made. You do.
I do not.
Yes, you do. She has every flannel shirt ever made. How much time left in the first half of the Orange Bowl? I don't know. Let me look on the screen. Looks like just under 4 minutes. Looks like just under 4 minutes. 3:39.
I need coffee.
You know, I have something over here. I have something over here. You know what I mean? I've got something over here.
Yes, you do. Do you need another cup of coffee?
Of course I do.
Of course you do.
I always need another cup of coffee. I've got something over there that I could get out. I've got something over there that I could get out for y'all. Ah, what the fuck? What the hell? White tanto say. Florida State versus Liberty for Group of 5 National Championship. First and 10, Florida State keeps it on the ground out to the 30. Picks up about 5. Second and 5 coming up for the Noles. Unc, do we have any eligibility left out of Arian and Dejon? I hope we don't from Arian Smith, but I think we do. And Dejon's got another year too, but I don't know if he's coming back. Wait, tanto say! Second and 6. Shotgun, 3 wide to the top for FSU. Motion. Snap. Back to throw. Looks to the left. Under pressure. Running for his life. Gets rid of it. Caught for a first down. Nice play. Banjo says, I bet the FSU Flying High Circus wouldn't be getting beat down this bad. White Tonto has that single tear going down his face, smearing his makeup. That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame, man. That really is. Joseph, thank you for the super chat. FSU's going to sue the Orange Bowl to get out of the second half. Oh my God. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. Sue the Orange Bowl to get out of the second half. That's funny. They've already done hired like Johnny Cochran, fucking Perry Mason, and Al Sharpton to sue the ACC. I don't know how many people are they going to sue? How much is Oregon winning by? 24. 24. 2nd and 3. Back to throw for Florida State. Going deep. Has a man just out of reach. Daniel Harris burnt toast again, but the ball was just out of reach. Truckin', thank you for the super chat. He says, this ass whipping isn't personal, it's just necessary. By the way, General Lou sucks. We didn't get to go for the three-peat, but great year, go Dogs. Not gonna lie, nice win by Maryland over Auburn, says Peyton Clark. Yeah, they beat the absolute soul out of Auburn. See what else we got. FSU gonna sue the Orange Bowl, have any eligibility. Sorry, Charcoal, thank you for the super chat. He says, sorry I'm at work, so probably not completely focused on what I'm saying. Anyway, take the rest of my lunch money and have a good day, Code Thomas. You're all right, Charcoal. You're all right, buddy. You're all right. Hoghead says, call Edward and troll him. No. Well, I would never willingly talk to Edward. Ever. Boy, it feels good to be a dog, don't it? It's a great day to be a dog. Lou, you forgot they also hired Matlock as well. Damn, so they got Perry Mason, Matlock, Johnny Cochran, and Al Sharpton, all suing the ACC on behalf of Florida State. Damn. That is something. That is something. I'm sure they'll win. 3rd and 4 for Florida State. Back to throw. Under pressure, steps up in the pocket, now runs. Tackled from behind, but I believe he got the first down. Shoestring tackle from behind, but that should be enough for a first down to keep this drive alive for White Tonto. Under 2 minutes to go until halftime. Back to throw. Deep again. Good coverage this time. That's a push off. That should have been pass interference on Florida State. Honestly, he pushed off big time. Will you make a special Your Season is Over for Florida State? The final Your Season is Over video will be out Tuesday after the playoff games. It'll cover all of the big bowl games and the playoff games. So yeah, the next Your Season is Over video will be out Tuesday. Brian Gentry says, this is the new Trail of Tears. Oh my God, that's bad. That's bad, man. I feel bad for Native Americans everywhere. This is a bad look for Native Americans in general. Like, this is bad. This is real bad. Back to throw on 2nd and 10. Throws. Oh, wow. Had an open receiver and overthrew him. Receiver got lost into coverage back there. Was wide open, and Glenn overthrew him. That would have been a big play. Florida State wanted to play this game in a circus tent. They'd be better off. They'd be better off. Professionally certified hater says, I will be suing Florida State fans personally for not shutting up about not being selected for the playoffs. Florida State forgot they were playing Georgia, not Southern Miss. Yeah. Florida State has a player down. Let's hope he's okay. Robert Scott Jr., a junior from Conway, Arkansas, 6'5", 313 pounds. Let's hope he's okay. Truckin', thank you for the super chat. He says, yeah, they think this bad. Wait till 1-1-24. Oregon is going to beat the flame out of Liberty. I'm thinking Colorado Deion's beatdown. I don't think Oregon will beat Liberty this bad. I don't think Oregon will beat Liberty this bad. Liberty would have. What we should have seen was Georgia versus Oregon and Liberty versus Florida State. Liberty versus Florida State would be a great game, and the winner could declare themselves Group of 5 national champions. That would have been ideal. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah, you doing good?
I'm good.
Good. You see how I asked her how she was doing and all? Tonto gonna call this beating a hate crime. It is a hate crime. This is making Native Americans from coast to coast look bad, this beating. Native Americans hadn't got beat this bad since the first ever Thanksgiving.
Oh my God.
This is the worst beating Native Americans have took since the first ever Thanksgiving.
Oh man.
Hashtag cancel Lou, by the way, in the chat. 3rd and 10. Going deep again. Caught. First down. Wide open, too. What is going on? I'm not sure what type of coverage situations are going on here for Georgia, but that was horrendous. That was terrible. Terrence Andrews, thank you for the super chat, buddy. I appreciate that. What do you think of the cotton soft Ohio State? I think you pretty much nailed it. Cotton soft. Can't beat the SEC to save their life. Another throw. Incomplete that time. Down the sideline again. 2nd and 10 coming up. A minute to go in the second quarter. I didn't know they allow public executions on TV, says Caleb Daniels. This is pretty bad, isn't it? This is pretty bad. Second and 10 on the 25. A minute 3 to go. Snap, back to throw. Gets, batted down at the line. Batted down at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Remember Arizona, Lou? What, the football team? Or the, what are you talking about? Or the state or what? You're just wondering if I remember Arizona? I mean, do you remember Idaho? 3rd and 10. Sacked. Fumble. Scooped. Return to midfield. There's a flag down. It's probably going to be holding on Florida State. Georgia's going to score again here probably before the half.
How humiliating for Florida State.
Lou, FSU about to have the biggest comeback ever. Trucking with Jeter says, Auburn was and is a mess. FSU should have sat this one out. Happy holidays, woo. Really, who had they played? Well, they played Louisville and barely got a first down. They played Boston College and won by 2. They played Clemson and beat them in overtime. They go to overtime to beat Clemson. Duke blew them out. This is offensive to Native Americans. It really is. It really is. They ought to put a fence around Tallahassee and make it a reservation. This is bad. I'm serious. They ought to just put a fence around Tallahassee and make that a new reservation. This is bad. Carson Beck into pocket, steps up, throws, almost intercepted. Dominic Levitt wasn't even looking, and nearly intercepted by Florida State. Still pissed we got robbed from the... shit, the chat's going too fast. Where'd that go? Still pissed we got robbed from the handoff from Nick to the refs. I'm not sure what that means. 2nd and 10 for Georgia at midfield. Carson Beck back to throw. Deep. Caught by Dylan Bell. Unbelievable catch. That is
It was
two.
covered, too.
That is 2 unbelievable catches by Dylan Bell. If anybody's wondering, Dylan Bell is like our 8th wide receiver. So I don't want to hear shit about backups and opt-outs and all that kind of shit. Dylan Bell's like our 8th wide receiver. He played running back half the year. I have a FSU roommate. Having a FSU roommate is hell. All I've heard is Rodemaker this, Rodemaker that for the past month. He hasn't spoken 30 minutes. Go Dogs. What Georgia's doing to Florida State is illegal in at least 13 states. Terrence says, how do you really feel about next year? What do you mean about, I need you to be more specific. Are you asking about a certain team about next year, or just how do I feel about the year 2024? How do you really feel about next year? Peyton says, if Florida State's still crying about not making the playoffs, well, news alert, this is what would have happened in the playoffs also. Yeah. Yep. Looks like pass interference on Florida State. Truckin says, I know you've seen the wagon fall over again. 6 turnovers, a damn shame, or whatever the hell that was by Ohio State. Schrader ran all through and around them. Yeah, Jackson Arnold did not look good for Oklahoma. At all. Oklahoma's got a lot of work to do between now and September, or else they're going to get embarrassed week in and week out next year. 1st and goal for the Dogs on the 2. Carson Beck scrambles out to his right, throws into the end zone, caught by Dominic Lovett for a touchdown. That's going to make it 42-3.
Yeah, I'd say you're good on
in the first half. Did y'all know that last year when Georgia beat TCU 65-7, that was the worst blowout in postseason history? We've been playing postseason games in college football for over 100 years, and when Georgia beat TCU 65-7, it was the worst blowout in postseason history. We might be about to break that mark, because the backups are coming in the second half, and they're going to do the same thing. Georgia's backups are going to go up and down the field on you in the second half, just so you know, Florida State, man. So don't think it's about to get easier in the second half. Yeah, Georgia's going to pull all their starters. They're going to put all their 2nd and 3rd stringers in, and they're going to continue to go up and down the field on you while you struggle to get first downs. This is what happened when quitters quit, says the T-Sipper. Is this live-action Trail of Tears, says Tyler Steele. So reenactment. This is a reenactment of the Trail of Tears, yeah. Jerry, thank you for the super chat. Need to take your winnings and hire Magnum PI to find FSU's team. I'd love to see Gunnar Stockton sling the pigskin in this game. You're going to see it for the entire second half, buddy. Georgia's fixing to put the 3rd string quarterback in. I'm sending this super chat to get the OU helmet back up on the shelf. All right, man. Take this ugly ass thing down anyway. I'm not talking to you. FSU is basically at full store on D. I don't know what that means. FSU is basically at full store on D. What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Oh, she doesn't know either. Thought maybe it was just me.
No, it's not just you.
Oh, full strength. Full strength. Yeah. Lou needs to impose a playoff ban on Florida State and Ohio State after these performances. Oh, man. Unfortunately, I can't do that because we're going to a 12-team playoff, and some of these average to mediocre shitbags like Florida State are going to end up getting into the playoffs. Georgia Man, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. 2 things we know. Dogs are not the 6th best team, and Florida State's not the 5th best, says Gerald Vickery. Uncle Lou showed off his computer skills with the clown show tent, proof of not trolling. No production manager needed. Nope, I'm the on-air talent. I'm the producer. I'm the executive producer. I'm the cameraman. I'm the sound guy. I literally do it all. One-man band here. One-man band. Oh, man. How in the hell? Shitter's full.
Wait tanto say.
Facts, Green Street Utes.
You're not your own coffee getter, though? Not entirely true. I was my own coffee getter in the first quarter.
That is true. Okay.
Intercepted by Georgia. Oh, my God. If this is a pick six, that's going to be unbelievable.
Are they even trying?
Oh, they got him. They tackled him. Malachi Starks with the interception. 42-3 is your score at halftime. And I feel compelled to give you all one of these. Oh, yeah. It feels good to be a dog. George Metalhead says, what do you get when you fill out the kids menu at Denny's? Accepted to Florida State. Damn. Damn. No questions asked. Honey, just let you right in. Trading says, continued wishes for your channel success, Lou. Next year looks exciting for the dogs. Today's game is gratifying. Thank you, Trading. Jonathan Moxley says, let's be honest, BA is the real talent here. I can't argue with you there. I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that.
You get 2 thumbs up for that.
When do we see Muschamp's son? Hopefully never. Hopefully never. Sean McNeil, thank you for the super chat. The Seminole tribe is suing Florida State to be removed as the school's mascot. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't blame them.
The Seminole tribe is sitting around going, listen, we appreciate all the casino money, but this shit ain't worth it. This shit ain't worth it, man. We can't take the hit to our reputation that this is giving us is not worth whatever money we're making in the casino business. Something's got to be done here.
That was good.
I seem to remember this game last year, a team that shouldn't have been playing us and got their soul beat out of them. This is deja vu. No, that team should have been playing. They won a playoff game. That team 100% should have been playing. Sean McNeil, thank you for the super chat. The Seminole tribe is suing Florida. Oh, I read that. Be removed.
It was so good it needed a second read.
Hey Lou, you ready? Wait for it. You ready? Here it comes. Vols are back. Yeah, they're back every January, every offseason they're back. We know that. Put on the Arizona Bowl, Lou. Is that Toledo and Wyoming? What channel is that on? What is the Oh, that's on the CW. No, I'm not. I'm fake boycotting the CW. Yeah, I'm not watching that. I think we are pissed about the playoffs. FSU fans are headed to Cracker Barrel. Hey, let's leave Cracker Barrel out of this, for real. Let's leave Cracker Barrel out of this. All right. Lou got paid. I won my first half bet. I had Georgia minus 13. Was that good or no? Did that hit? Yep, pretty sure that it did. Pretty sure that it did. Let's see. 10-3, Toledo's beating Wyoming. No, 10-6. I'm sorry, 10-6. 4:45 to go in the second quarter. I still like Wyoming in that one, even though they're losing. I still like Wyoming in that one. UJ's going to beat Florida State worse than my Ducks did in the 2015 Rose Bowl, says Oregon man. Super Denny Gumper, thank you for the super chat. He says, we had 20 opt-outs. That excuse shows a lack of pride, commitment, and a me before we attitude permeating from Tallahassee. That attitude does not deserve to be anywhere near the playoffs. Wow, I agree, actually. UJ could potentially play Bama 3 times next year. Yep, maybe. Maybe. They play in the regular season. They could play in the SEC title game, and then they could play in the playoffs. What excuse do you think Mike Norvell will have? Well, I don't know that Mike Norvell... Does Mike Norvell normally make excuses? I don't know Mike Norvell to be the type of guy that makes excuses. He's not like Ryan Day. The Florida State fans are going to say what they've been saying for the last 2 weeks. Well, we had opt-outs. Well, we had quitters. Well, we didn't want to be there. Well, we weren't motivated. Well, we were boycotting being good because we got left out of the playoff, whatever excuse they're making up. But I don't know that Mike Norvell will do that. I don't know. Will FSU come out of the locker room after halftime? They ought not. They ought not. Hey, I'm going to take about a 5-minute break. I'll be back before the start of the third quarter, okay? I'm going to get a refill and go to the bathroom. I'll be back before the start of the third quarter. Just less than 5 minutes, probably. I swear this is the longest halftime in history. I think they're trying to talk Florida State into coming back out. Hush! I think they're trying to talk Florida State into coming out of the locker room. I think it's like Rocky IV when they throw the towel in under Apollo Creed's dead body. All right, Florida State set to kick off here to start the third quarter. Georgia up 42-3 in that. You hate to see it. Yeah, hate to see it. All right, let's see who's left in here. Austin, Steeler Lee, Jamie Pine, Mickey McNair, Green Eyes, Zachary Ringle, Jameson, Great Riff, Smata, Daryl Bolden, Matt Dummett, Balls All Day, The Ultimate Agent of Christmas, Jonathan Miller, Crazy Weather Dude, Penelope Roberto, Hufferbilly Paw, R2, Georgia Metalhead, Gamecock Orbit, Gunnar Stockton, third string quarterback for Georgia, just gained more yards than Florida State's third string quarterbacks had the entire game. I'm kind of kidding, but not really. This is Georgia's third string quarterback, Gunnar Stockton, redshirt freshman. Brock Vandergrift, the number 2, transferred to Kentucky after the season. So Georgia with the third and fourth stringers out here now. Florida State should come back and whip Georgia in the second half. We'll see. 2nd and 3. Handoff. Dejon Edwards. Not much room. Gets about a yard. It's going to be 3rd and short. Just saw FSU riding out of parking lot on a short bus. Dang. People want to see FSU get blown out in the playoffs, but the committee got it right. They getting blown out in the bowl game instead. 3rd and 2. Eleventh string offensive line in the game for Georgia. Gunnar Stockton, third string QB. 3rd and 2. Gunnar under center. Rolls out to his right, gonna take off running, picks up the first down. First down, Dogs. What does Norvell say in the post-game press conference? I don't know. What can you say? 1st and 10. Stockton in a shotgun. Back to throw on first down. Pass complete to Edwards out of the backfield, across midfield, still on his feet. Huge play for the Dogs, gain of about 30, 35 yards. Just a dump pass to Dejon Edwards, and he did all the work. Third stringers putting it on Florida State here. Third string versus third string. Truckin', thank you for the super chat. Breaking news. Florida Attorney General has sued the Orange Bowl and asked that the game be a draw because it's too embarrassing of a loss. Well, Florida State loves suing people, don't they? 1st and 10. Georgia picks up just a little bit there. 2nd and 8 now for Georgia. Shotgun for Gunnar Stockton. Snap. Back to throw. Caught by Marcus Rosemy-Jack-Saint. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off. He's extremely lucky that one wasn't intercepted. He should not have made that throw. Look at this. Wow. Extremely lucky there, Gunnar. Don't do that again, dummy. First and 10, Georgia on the 15. On the 14. Handoff to a white walk-on running back. Cash Jones picks up 7 yards. This is humiliating. A white walk-on running back at the start of the third quarter is bulldozing Florida State. Trucking USA says Bobby Bowden, Chris Winkie, Peter Warwick, Jameis Winston, Mac Brown, Burt Reynolds, Jim Morrison, all rolling over in their graves. Chris Winkie's not dead, is he? No, neither is Warwick. What are you talking about? Those people aren't dead. Stop it. Second down. Cash Jones again. Inside the 5, close to a first down. It's going to be 3rd and a yard. Cash Jones, Lou's number 1 cousin. Of course I'm related to Cash Jones. You already know. Lou, did you take Ole Miss today? If so, good comeback. Yeah, I took them on the money line too. Plus 175. That was a good one. 3rd and 1. Cash Jones again. Inside the 5. First down to the 2. 1st and goal, Georgia. Texas Dog, what's up, buddy? Thank you for the super chat. My number 1 cousin, that's right. Samuel Rankin says, "Whoa, Todd, woo, SEC, SEC, SEC." Yeah, this is a beatdown. Bama and Michigan, 5 o'clock Monday. I'll be streaming that one, but that's going to be on the Patreon page. So if y'all aren't signed up on the Patreon page, the link is in the description of the video for the for Monday's Alabama versus Michigan game. I'll post the link in the chat right there, but it's in the description of the video too. But we're going to stream Alabama and Michigan Monday on the Patreon page. All the other games on Monday will be right here on YouTube. Handoff on 1st and goal, and Georgia walks into the end zone for yet another touchdown. Is Georgia going to break their own record that they set last year? Last year was the biggest blowout in bowl history when Georgia beat TCU. Are they going to break their own record here? Georgia's 3rd string is humiliating Florida State's 2nd string. This is sad to see. This is sad to see. You almost feel bad for Florida State, don't you? Kyle Roberts, thank you for the super chat. TCU and Florida State should play for a national title. I really do think Florida State should have played Liberty, and the winner could have crowned themselves Group of 5 national champion. The extra point is good. Georgia 49, Florida State 3. Blue Grana Blues says, "Can we finally say the committee got it right?" Well, I felt that way all along, but man, I knew UJ would dominate FSU, but I didn't think it would be this bad this early, says Colby Barrett. (13-0) getting that ass whipped. Yeah. I'm an SMU fan. We're down bad, says Tom Riddle. Well, don't worry. Things are looking up for SMU. Y'all are moving to the ACC next year, and it's the easiest conference on planet Earth. You'll win 10 games in your sleep in the ACC. Everyone can beat Georgia until the game is played. That's a fact, Walker Dog. That is a fact. Are you a Colorado super fan? I see you with the hat. You just be a big Prime fan? This isn't a Prime hat. This is just a Colorado hat. That's it. It's just a Colorado hat. I'd say that Michigan and Washington are suspect after watching their top opponents obliterated in bowl games. Where's the FSU idiot that was talking about their win streak since 2022? I don't think very many Florida State fans are sticking around for the second half of this one. Stu Bedazzle says, "Nice chain, loser." Thank you, Stu. Stu, am I sitting in my basement watching you? Think about it, buddy. Am I sitting in my basement watching you? No. No.
I mean, he's the one with the name Bedazzler.
Your name is literally Bedazzled, but you're sitting in your basement watching me. Okay? Let's just you know, let's keep everything in perspective here, Stu. Hey, Stu. Jesus Christ. Your parents must fucking hate you. Why else would they name you that? Stu. Fucking stew. Beef stew. What? Fucking beef stew. Put a giant potato in there. Any of you on the college football chat Discord, I don't go within 100 miles of a Discord ever. Fuck Discord. Discord can kiss my ass. Discord's the most aggravating, annoying thing ever fucking invented. Isn't that right, Stu? Fucking Stu. Hey, Stu, you know you can go to the courthouse and get your name changed, right? Well, no, you can't. You gotta wait till you're 18. You're probably like 11. But when you turn 18, you know you can go to the courthouse and get that changed, man. You don't have to walk around your whole life with people going, anybody seen Stu? The fuck is anybody seen Stu? Huh? Yeah, he's working register 2. Oh, okay. Yeah, Stu's over there on register 2. Okay, good. Fucking Stu. Raj says, can I get a white Tonto, Lou? I am White Tonto. Second and 7 for the Knowles. Sacked. But there's going to be a face mask, I think. I think they're going to get Chaz Chambliss with a face mask. Boy, I can't stand Chaz Chambliss. I'm not going to lie. I can't stand him. Chaz Chambliss announced he's coming back for one more year. Boy, I almost jumped out of a window. Uncle Lou, do you have an Instagram account? No. Well, I might. I don't know. If I do, I haven't used it in years. I have a Twitter and a TikTok. OnlyFans? No, I have a feet finder. I do have a feet finder. First and 10 after that penalty on our buddy Chaz. Chaz might be the only human being on planet Earth with a worse fucking name than Stu. Everyone expected this. That's fake news. The line was 20. So that's just fake news that everyone expected the score to be 42-3 at halftime. That's just fake news. Second and 6. On the ground for Florida State, picks up a couple of yards. Third and about 4, up close to midfield. Lou, is there a chance FSU makes a comeback? Samuel Rankin says, smoke or pass, Woo, quit hogging that FSU peace pipe. I don't have a peace pipe. I left it in my wigwam. Third and 5. Hit as he throws. Goes incomplete. How about that win for Ole Miss? Lane Kiffin finally got a big win. Finally, he ain't out there beating nobodies anymore. Ole Miss might be ranked in the top 5 heading into next season. They're going to be good. They're going to be good. Avery says FSU forgot to show up. Poor Seminoles. Go dog. No, they showed up. Showed up and got their ass beat. What's the flag? I think it was holding. I think it was holding on Florida State. I know it was on Florida State. I think it was holding. Lucas Reed says, what the hell can I bet on here in the fourth quarter? We're out of games here in a bet. Yeah, if you find something to bet on, let me know. Lou, are you going to suit up for this one? They called me, but I don't have time. They did call me to suit up, but I don't have time. 4th and 5. Florida State punts it away. Fair catch called and made at the 9-yard line. Georgia will start there 1st and 10 on their own 9. I think White Tonto is waving the white flag. Yeah, that's probably to be the best idea, the only good idea they would have had all day. I wish Liberty would have gotten Penn State and Oregon played Ole Miss instead. It would have been a great game, says Oregon man. You sure sound excited for Chaz Chambliss. My wife is dying of laughter listening to your love of Chaz. I don't think he's very good. I mean, it's nothing against him personally. I'm sure he's a great guy. And I'm sure he'll make a hell of a car salesman one day, but he's just not a very good outside linebacker. Play of NBA games to bet on tonight, Lou. Oh, plenty of NBA games? Well, somebody's going to have to tell me what to bet on that. I don't watch the NBA. I'll have to just blindly pick a team and bet on them. Yeah, it's a wrap. Go Dogs about to hop on Xbox, says Christopher Perkins. Thank you for the super chat, Mr. Perkins. Daddy Cat, thank you for the super chat. He says, wonder if the QB for Florida State still thinks Georgia is like playing LSU in Florida. Yeah, I doubt he thinks that. Georgia is putting the pain in the war paint. Bet on whoever the Pistons are playing. The Pistons almost beat Boston last night. Why you bullshitting? That game went to overtime. Did y'all see that? And the line on that game was 19 points. That's huge in the NBA. I almost took Detroit just because the line was so damn high, and then they almost beat Boston. It went to overtime. I couldn't believe it. I should have bet it. Lou, where does USC and LSU play next year? You know what? I don't know. I don't know. Lou, why did UJ get rid of the black stripes on their helmets? I have no idea. No clue. If the Dogs are any good, they'd be in the playoffs. Roll Tide, damn it. Hey, Odin's Eye. What's Alabama's best win this year? What's Alabama's best win, Odin? Odin, are you related to Stu? By any chance? He had to go fuck his cousin. He's gone. Oh. The Dogs was Bama's best win? Well, you just said Georgia's not any good. So you're telling me Bama didn't beat anybody good all year? Wow. That's something serious there, buddy. Congratulations. Played yourself. 1st and 10. Georgia, Gunnar Stockton in at QB. They're on their own 10-yard line after that Florida State punt. Incomplete pass intended for Dylan Bell. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Dogs. Yeah, Odin, I don't understand how you can be that dumb, Odin.
5-star dummy.
Says Georgia not any good. I ask him who Bama's best win is against. He says Georgia. Fucking idiot. Fucking moron. Odin, who Velcros your shoes for you, buddy? Who Velcros your shoes for you, Odin? Handoff on 2nd and 10. Roderick Robinson, 12th string running back. Georgia Walker Dog says Odin uses a Velcro wallet. That's fake news. He doesn't have no need for a wallet. What would he put in it? His school lunch card? 1st and 10. Gunnar Stockton back to throw. Over the middle. I don't know what that was. That was terrible. That was terrible. Lou, thanks for another great college football season. Go Dogs, says a convert. Yeah, man, I had a great time this year hanging out with y'all. Y'all don't have to, there is no off season here. We do this dumb shit year round. We come on here and talk shit and talk college football year round on this channel, so I hope y'all will stick around. Scattered, Smothered, and Chunked. What's up, buddy? Good to see you in here. He says, I hate losing Pop Johnson, but C.J. Allen is that dude. I'm going to watch a bit more Kentucky next year than I usually do. Yeah, I'm excited to see what Brock Vandagriff looks like with Kentucky next year, too. Anthony Rodney says, hey, Uncle Lou, honest opinion, if one of the major sports networks were to call you and offer you a contract to come and be an analyst, would you take it? No. 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 Why would anybody leave digital media to go to old school traditional media? I mean, look around. That shit won't be here 5 years from now. No. People are tired of watered down corporate media. I mean, you go to work for one of these people, ESPN, Fox Sports, whoever it is, they tell you what to say, what you can't say, what you have to wear, what you can do, where you have to go. People are tired of that shit. Nobody wants to watch that shit. How many people sit around watching fucking ESPN all day? Nobody. Nobody. Leaving YouTube to go to old school traditional media would be like in the year 1995 leaving FM radio to go to AM radio. I mean, it wouldn't make no sense. Bama Mike says, Lou, we don't claim this Odin dude. Yeah, neither do his parents. Neither do his parents. Yeah. Both FSU and UJ will be 13-1 after this game. Well, you have an amazing grasp of the obvious, huh, for Billy Paul. Trucking into USA says, yeah, don't bet against Pistons. They have to win at some point. I think they'll get one this week, and this is their last chance to win in 2023. Whoever stamps their paycheck is king. Yeah, why do you think Josh Pate thinks every team is good, every player is good, every coach is good, every program is good, every recruiting class is good, every high school recruit is good, every team is going to be better next year than they were this year? Why do you think that is? It's because he works for CBS and he has to say that. He's not allowed to say anything negative, or he's not allowed to say that some team ain't worth a fuck, even though he probably knows they're not. He's not allowed to come on here and say Florida State's getting the absolute shit beat out of them. He's going to go on his show next week and talk about how hard Florida State tried and how great this is for next year and all that kind of shit, because that's what they make him say. Anyone know who the Vols beat in the 98 Natty? Hey, Lou, Gump here. I don't post much, but me and my family love your videos. Can't wait for Georgia at Bama next year in Tuscaloosa. Another amazing game in a series. Bama versus Georgia never disappoints. Yeah, that's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good one. It's pretty early in the year, too. Isn't it like week 4 or 5 or something like that? I got to go back and look at the schedules again. Lou, been following you since you did this shit in your truck. This Bama fan loves your success. Thank you, Blue Rooster. Yeah, that video was actually from 2015 when we lost to Bama at home in Athens. Remember, it poured down rain the whole game, and as soon as the game ended, I went and sat in my car, and you could hear the rain beating down on the car, and I sat there and yelled and screamed about how shitty Georgia was. I remember that. I remember that. FSU acting like Brucey in The Longest Yard, showing why they didn't belong in the playoffs, says Jake G. Alabama is your daddy says nobody cares. You care. You clicked on the video, you're watching, and you're commenting. You care. You've watched every video I've ever made twice. Yeah, you care. You care too much. Tennessee beat FSU in 98 natty. Dogs is Bama's whooping boy. 42, 26, and 4. Two King Slot says that game was awful. Joshua Rivera says Florida State fans already making excuses. They were making excuses 2 weeks ago. Is that a Colorado Rockies hat? No, it's just a Colorado hat. I think we made a statement this game, Lou, telling the playoff committee why we belong in the playoffs. Georgia did not belong in the playoffs. The 4 teams that are in the playoffs are the 4 teams that should be in there. FSU fans are making excuses from the jump. Little Whitey probably having a heart attack. He might be. He might be. Nick Bird, what's up, buddy? Thank you for the super chat. He says, love you, Lou. Keep up the good work and hope your 2024 is great. Go damn dogs. Yeah, Happy New Year to everybody, by the way. The last couple of years, there's been college football games on New Year's Eve, so I've been able to tell you all that on New Year's Eve. But there are no games tomorrow, so Happy New Year's to everybody. I hope y'all, whatever you're doing tomorrow, have a good time, be safe, have fun, and Happy New Year to everybody. Happy New Year to everybody. And also hit the thumbs up, too. Also, don't forget to hit the thumbs up because that is a big help. Washington going to continue to prove Vegas wrong, says George Newhart. This was a no-win game for the Dogs. Wish we had been in a different bowl. Washington is going to continue to prove Vegas wrong. Let's see. Let's see. Washington is 6-6 against the spread. So 6 times this year they've proved Vegas wrong. 6 times they have not. So they're only 6-6 against the spread. Lou, are you doing? Lou, you're doing a great job. We don't always have to agree. I just think you do a great job. Whoa, Tide. Thank you, Fire Dog. Yeah, no, look. You get thousands of college football fans around. They're never going to agree on everything. You think Trevor Etienne will do good with us next season? I do think Etienne will do good with Georgia next season. 1st and 10 for Georgia on the 17. Gunnar Stockton, quarterback draw, has room. 15, 10, 5, down to the 4. 1st and goal, Georgia. Damon Simon, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Very generous of you. He says, as an FSU fan, I admit defeat. We still got work to do, but love your channel. See you next year. All right, Damon. You're a good sport, buddy. I appreciate you hanging out. You're a good sport. Trucking into USA says, yeah, General Lou, stay right here because you not being able to curse and being forced to wear a suit while giving bland copy-paste takes would be so... Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Nobody's telling me what to do. Fuck them. Here's some Cheerwine money for you and BA. Happy New Year's. Thank you, Bama Mike. I love my Cheerwine now. It's got to be in the bottle, though. I don't want it in a plastic or 2-liter or fountain drink. I like the old school Cheerwine in the glass bottle. Same with root beer. Your season, is it over tomorrow? No, Tuesday. I'm going to wait till after the playoff games on Monday. We'll do a Your Season is Over video on Tuesday. Will Stockton be the starter after Beckett, or does UGA go to the portal? I have no idea who will be the starter in 2025. That's 2 years away. I have no clue. No clue. James Franklin will be on the house seat. I think you mean hot seat. Lou, are you surprised that Michigan is still favored over Alabama? A little bit, yeah. I am a little bit surprised, yeah. I am a little bit surprised. Happy New Year, Lou. Happy New Year to you, Junkyard Dog. Slim says, Lou, BA makes me sick. He's literally UGA Oprah, not you. You talking about Brandon Adams, not that BA. Oh. He's talking about Brandon Adams. Sean Aston could score behind UGA. Why is the score going to at the end of the... What is the score going to be at the end of the game? I don't know. Don't know. This might be worse than national championship last season, says Robert. What about DC from Colorado going to Auburn? What about it? Referees cheating for Georgia. Yeah,
my
fucking
God.
god damn it.
Here we go.
Holy shit. My
Here
God.
we go.
You eat through a straw, don't you, John Curtis? You have to. Either that or somebody feeds you. Kyle. Okay. Kyle said there's still plenty of time left. Corey McAdams says, Lou, what's the best UJ Bowl games you can remember? Mine is Georgia versus Oklahoma Rose Bowl. What a game that was. Yeah, that was a great one. That was a great game. Nash Talks Texas. Happy holidays, Lou. Thank you, dogs, for tonight. Happy holidays to you too, Nash. Good to see you in here, buddy. It's about to be 56-3, says Junkyard Dog. We should use Bell like Debo Samuel. First and goal for Georgia, just inside the 5. Gunnar Stockton under center. Play action pass. Throws into the end zone. Caught by true freshman Lawson Lucky. That's a freshman quarterback. That's a third-string freshman quarterback throwing to a fourth-string freshman tight end. But, yeah, Florida State's only losing because of backup players. Cancel Lou. Cancel Lou. Do y'all want the lady to come answer questions for y'all for 5 minutes? Sometimes y'all like that. Y'all want me to see if the lady will sit here and answer questions for y'all? Y'all can ask her weird questions if you want to. But she has the right not to answer them if she chooses.
That's right.
Yeah, she can invoke her, what is it, Fifth Amendment rights. Truckin says, I know you made a video about it, but is Raiola as bad as everyone is making it? Because Wiley is good, UJ is not just a QB like USC or LSU. What? Is Raiola as bad as everyone is making it? Who's making it out like Raiola is bad? Probably a handful of mad Georgia fans. No, Raiola's not a bad quarterback. Have a good New Year's, Lou and BA. Peace. Thank you, LV. You too, buddy. Happy New Year's to you and your family. Who we rooting for in the college football playoff? That's up to you. How many tattoos does Lou have? 3. Come on, Lou. Put BA the brains behind this operation on. All right. All right.
I don't know about all that. All right, you guys asked for it.
All right, I'll be back in a minute. Do you need this?
Good morning. I'm doing good, Robert. Oh, hush, Pa. I got this one off of, I got this one off of Amazon. Marie. No, I do not own every flannel color. I mean, I have a few flannels, yes, but no. Yes, I do like his Colorado hat. Keep in mind, it's just a Colorado hat, too. No, I've had purple hair for a long time. I had purple hair before Lou and I met. To share power? I don't know about that. Uh-oh. Interception! Interception! Yes, they are. Florida State and the ACC. I had sushi for lunch today, actually. It was really good. Thanks for the super chat, Huffbilly Paw. BA, how do you put up with Lou's craziness? It's a very tedious task. It takes a lot of patience. A lot of patience. If I sit in for Lou, I must use profanity. Fuck yeah! Go! Interception! How's that? Like this, Matt T. Zipper? Hook 'em? Is that right? Are you really half Japanese, Elvie? Yes, I am Korean. My mother is full Korean, my dad is half. Do you speak any Japanese, Elvie? Were you a UGA fan before you were with Lou? No, I was not. I actually didn't watch any sports before I met Lou. Mad T Zipper, I'm Asian from the waist down. Is that what that said? From the waist down. I'm not sure if I can confirm that, but if you say that he's taking too long, Jay, I guess that means he is. A convert, thank you for the super chat. BA, you are great. Lou out punted his coverage and snagging you. God bless you. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. That wouldn't be the first time I've heard that. Yes, it's the Uber Eats lady. That's right. Is Lou always cranky? No, he's not always cranky. He's actually not cranky today. Trucking in the US of A. Thank you for the super chat. He says, so BA, last one of 2023, my grandma finally changed the smoke detector and sister has finally acknowledged that it's a smoke detector, not motion detector. Yay! Round of applause for them. Who is your favorite nephew? I don't know. I don't have a favorite nephew. Mad T Super says, BA is in the same position as my wife. I'm an asshole too. Well, I mean, admitting it is the first step, so that's good. Thank you, Leonard. I appreciate that. Manny, how long? You've been here a while. Do you not you not know how we met? We met at the bowling alley in front of the bus station right next to the church. I don't have an answer to that question, Green Street, because, I mean, he only really talks about Georgia. What is your favorite food? Korean, of course, but, you know, I'm biased when it comes to that. I do love Italian food, though. I love Italian food. Right, Marie? Bus station and church, a rare combination. Well, it was actually at the bowling alley in front of the bus station right next to the church. So, that's right, Shelly Mack. BA from Groovy Town. I live in Groovy Town. Oh, here we go, Raj. How's that? Raj! So if you've never had Korean food, I would start very, very basic. I would go for something like a bulgogi or something like that. It's just marinated meat. So, but yeah, I would do something basic. Do you like spicy? If you like spicy, you could do like a spicy pork dish. So. Thanks, Uncle Lou. Yes, for those of you that don't know, I do have my own show as well. Lou just posted the link to my channel. I'm actually doing a show tomorrow at 5 o'clock, a New Year's Eve show. So, and you know, for those of you that are subscribed, you know, Tiger Cat is my co-host on that show. Let the big dog eat kimchi, but that's not how you spell it. But yes, I do like kimchi. Oh well, yeah, you're missing out then, definitely. If you like Japanese and Chinese food, yeah, there's definitely something, you know, you'd like Korean food too. Yes, that is the correct spelling. Yeah, kimchi. Y'all never heard of kimchi? It's basically just cabbage. Like, yeah, like spicy cabbage. Kimchi. Oh, Blake B. Talking about the gimbap. Yes. I actually had gimbap for Christmas on Christmas. My mom made some. Right, Eric. Lou equals spicy. Yeah, that might be enough spice in my life. I don't think that he's ever been to Korea, but I've never been to Korea either, so. Walker dog. So the one I go to that reminds, I mean, like, it's like, to me, like authentic Korean. There's a place, I think it's on Gordon Highway or Deansbridge Road. I think it's on Gordon Highway. It's called Happy House. And it's a little hole in the wall place, but it's probably the best Korean food in Augusta. Trucking in the US of A, thank you for the super chat. He says, my wife says wives of assholes must unite. She says she understands the difficulties of dealing with massholes. She said, stick in there. Yeah, I mean, I'm here for the long run. Oh, Billy boy, you wouldn't be the first person to say that. My brother-in-law also thinks that too, so. He does like Korean food. I normally have to order for him though, Ace. But yes, he does like Korean food. Oh, your wife is Filipino? Joey? So you like Filipino food? Korean fried chicken. What is it with you guys and Korean fried chicken? Yes, he did get his car back. Actually, 2 months to the day, he got it back. Oh, Pete is great. Pete is great in real life. In real life. Him and Mrs. P, they're great. That's a good question, Bama Mike. I'm not exactly sure. Korean barbecue, yeah, Korean barbecue is good too. Oh, I didn't know your car was in the shop, HPP. Yeah, I guess you could say we're a team in a sense. Aw, thanks, Nature Boy. Yes. Hopefully, are you coming to Slav Olympics? Hopefully, we'll get to hang out again. Touchdown! Yeah, go Dogs! That dude dances like you, Lou. Did you see his end zone dance? Oh, awesome, Nature Boy. Yeah, that'll be fun. It'll be fun to hang out with you again. What? Unsportsmanlike conduct for an end zone celebration? Yeah, is that what they're saying? That's ridiculous. Oh, Daryl, keep Unc off TV. Yeah, I'd say he pretty much got this one in the bag. Hey, Lou. I'm not sure there's a cure for your stupidness, college football guy. Sorry. I don't know. Possibly, Billy Boy. Possibly. They could possibly score 70. Yeah, this is absolutely crazy. 60-point lead. Oh, love you too, Colby. He's taking a break. I don't hate Chinese people. Where'd you hear that from? Y'all don't be listening to the lies that Lou tells you, okay? I don't have any issues with Chinese people. I hear you, Hoghead. No, I'm not Chinese. Chinese Korean. We just had Chinese food yesterday.
You might not hate Chinese people, but there are rivalries between nationalities. There are. There are. I know it's 2023, so you're not supposed to say that anymore. Like it's the whole everybody's supposed to get along thing. But there are rivalries between nationalities. There are.
Okay.
Korean people don't like Vietnamese people. Chinese people don't like Japanese people. People from India don't like people from Pakistan. Americans don't like anybody that's not American.
Oh, that was not going to be my question.
You know, the British don't like the Irish. You know, the French don't like the Germans. The Germans don't like the Polish. The Polish don't like the Russians. There's rivalries.
I get that. I get
Koreans,
that.
y'all don't like Vietnamese people. When I say y'all, I mean Koreans in general, not you personally. Not like there's some Vietnam lady
right.
that you hate, but I'm just saying. Korean people don't like Vietnamese people. That's just what it is. Mexicans don't like Puerto Rican. Call a Puerto Rican person a Mexican.
Oh yeah, no.
And see what happens.
I made that mistake.
Call a Puerto Rican person a Mexican and see what happens.
I made that mistake.
If you don't think there's rivalries amongst nationalities, call a Puerto Rican a Mexican and see what happens.
Oh, that's okay, Marie.
This is officially the worst. This is officially the worst beating in bowl game history. Georgia just broke its own record from last year. Last year, Georgia won. What was the score last year? 65-7, right? 58 points. That was the worst loss in bowl game history. Georgia has broke that record with 12 minutes to go. This is now a 60-point beating. We've been playing bowl games for over 100 years. This is the worst beating in bowl game history. Anime Man says, as a Florida fan, I feel zero sympathy for FSU. Yes, I'm that petty. That's the look. Pettiness is one of the best qualities of being a college football fan. Like, you can be petty as a college football fan, and it's acceptable. Truckin says Mexicans don't like black people. Demote Florida State to FCS status right now, says Chance Tastic. Absolutely pathetic. Almost a whole month to prepare. It seems like Florida State has been on the pipe dream since the ACC championship game. Good job to Kirby for keeping Georgia ready to whip ass SEC supremacy. Yeah, Florida State's not any good. And here's the thing. Georgia's third stringers and walk-ons are beating Florida State's second string. So I don't want to hear anything about starters sitting out or opting out or quitting or anybody being hurt or anything else. Jeremy says, stop, he's already dead. Volunteer Man saying congrats on this Big Orange Bowl win. Another bowl win for the SEC. Yeah, good luck against Iowa. Florida State just fumbled, but they recovered their own fumble. Florida State tried to turn the ball over again, but they recovered it themselves. Darian, thank you for the super chat. Can't complain your conference is trash and be rewarded for winning it. Yeah, the ACC is just not any good this year. It's terrible. This is probably the worst the ACC has been in a decade or more. The ACC should relegate FSU to the AAC. Does this mean that Florida State isn't going to claim the Natty now? I don't see how they could possibly do that. 3rd and 16. Pass complete. Short of the first down, up to the 30, gain of about 10 or 11. It's going to be 4th and, 5? Are they going to go for it? Looks like they're going to kick it away. I don't blame them. H. Post, thank you for the super chat, buddy. The committee got it right, and it should have been Florida State versus Liberty. Yes, it should have. UJ got a cupcake. FSU's lucky it's not 100-0. I do think the committee got it right. I understand why Florida State fans were mad. I mean, they went 13-0. There was nothing else they could have done. It's just that the other 4 teams were clearly better. And yeah, Florida State versus Liberty would have been a good game, I think. At what point does this turn from a loss to a sexual assault? Good Lord. Well, I told Florida State fans for the last month, I said, y'all are complaining about being robbed by the playoff committee. Well, now you're going to get raped by UGA, and this is what's happening. Darian Ford says, I don't know, Bama has lost bowls and claimed national championships. Will the trend start with FSU? That's true. Bama does claim multiple national championships in years where they lost their bowl game. That is true. That is true. But Bama is a special needs case. Bama claims national titles for years they finished 3rd in the SEC. This is the Wounded Knee Massacre, says VicTube. They should let Uncle Wu throw a couple of passes in this game. They asked me to, but I told them I didn't have time. I had to live stream. I think Arizona could beat FSU. Arizona looked good. This is a beatdown. Georgia putting on Florida State. Yeah. This is the worst loss in bowl game history. We've been playing bowl games for over 100 years. This is the biggest margin of victory in bowl game history. Killers of the Florida State Moon. Have anybody seen that movie, Killers of the Flower Moon? I want to watch it. I love Quentin Tarantino, and I love Leonardo DiCaprio, and I'm sure it's a great movie. I rented it on pay-per-view, and I tried to watch it, and I couldn't get into it. And that's disappointing, because I was really looking forward to that movie. And I don't know, maybe during the off season I'll sit down again when I have more free time and try to watch it. But, you know, for one thing, that movie's like 3.5 hours long. And I started watching it 2 or 3 different times, and I couldn't get more than about 30 minutes into it. Pete says he saw it in the theater. It's not very good. Is that the real pigskin, Pete? Why? He should be a moderator.
Is that the real pigskin Pete?
Well, he should. He's
know,
not a
I
mod.
get it.
That's what I meant. He's normally a mod. I probably reset the mods on the Patreon and never remade Pete a mod. I suggest Florida State versus TCU. 1st and 10 for Georgia, and unfortunately for Florida State, we still have 10 minutes and 6 seconds to go. Lou, what would your granddaddy think about this game? He wouldn't be happy. He was a huge Florida State fan. He would not be happy.
Right, he was, wasn't he?
Yeah, he wouldn't be. Well, and I can tell you this, too. He wouldn't have been happy with Florida State's entire attitude leading up to this game either. The give up mentality, you know, we're going to take our ball and go home because, you know, we didn't get our way, that he wouldn't have. And to be honest, if Bobby Bowden was the coach at Florida State, this wouldn't be happening. 1st and 10, Mike Norvell did a piss poor job of keeping this team together. Florida State's not the first team in history to be left out of the playoffs that felt like they should have been in the playoffs. Georgia thinks they should be in the playoffs. They didn't roll over and die. A lot of this is on Mike Norvell. And Mike Norvell did a good job this year. I'm not saying he should be fired or he's a terrible coach, but this type of performance, that's a coaching problem over the last 30 days. 2nd and 1 for the Dogs. Another handoff. They pick up the first down. Gain about 3 or 4 yards. 4th stringers and walk-ons in the game now for Georgia, as has been the case for the entire second half. CD, thank you for the super chat. Florida State should have at least got a candlelight dinner before getting fucked this bad. Edgar says, playoffs? Are you kidding me, Florida State? Yeah. We should get a Your Season Is Over 2024 edition all about Florida State. Well, I am doing another Your Season Is Over video, but I'm going to wait until Tuesday. The playoff games are Monday, so I'll do a Your Season Is Over video on Tuesday. Number 1 fan of the U, thank you for the super chat. Gunnar Stockton keeps on 1st and 10 and loses a couple of yards. Number 1 fan of the U, thank you for the super chat. He says, poor FS Poo, looking like absolute trash. Mind Crime says, even Colorado thinks Florida State sucks. That's bad there. H Post says all those lawsuits are going to disappear. Yeah. Rob Dog says, I hate Alabama. However, I hope Alabama beats the ever-living snot out of Michigan. Billy Boy, thank you for the super chat. UJ is going to get Me Too'd in a few years. First it was the horny frogs, now the indigenous ugly accusations. 2nd and 11. Georgia keeps it on the ground. Nice gain here. Picks up about 8 or 9 yards. It's going to be 3rd and about 4. 3 or 4 coming up for the Dogs. Third and 3. Gunnar Stockton in a shotgun. There's 3 wide to the bottom of the screen. All players you've never heard of before. Back to throw. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. This might be the first punt of the... Is this going to be the first punt of the game for Georgia? That's pretty bad when they want to talk about Florida State. They have to show highlights of a different game. That's pretty bad.
That is pretty bad.
When they show Florida State highlights, they have to show highlights from a different game. And, of course, it's against an ACC team, Louisville, who got absolutely skull-drugged by Southern Cal's third-stringers and walk-ons. Florida State couldn't even get a first down against Louisville. Georgia punts it away with 7 minutes to go. Fair catch called and made at about the 10 or 11-yard line. Florida State will take over right there. Truckin', thank you for the super chat. He says, we sure miss Brock Bowers today. We can't win a game without him. Also, I wonder after this ass whooping if Florida State will retract that petition to leave the ACC. Yeah, they better stay where they're at. They better stay where they're at. Decial TV, thank you for the super chat. He says, please wear a Seminole outfit on Your Season Is Over and troll. I might have a couple of things I can do for you on that. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for the Tuesday Your Season Is Over video. JR, thank you for the super chat. He says, nice finish to a good season, woo. Thanks for another entertaining year of football, man. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me all season. And again, I know a lot of people disappear in the off season, but we do this year round here on this channel. We talk college football every single day of the year round. I do call-in shows every Tuesday and Thursday night, year round. We talk college football all the time. So I hope y'all will stick around and not disappear in the off season. Peyton Clark, thank you for the super chat. He says, tell the lady she did a great job at answering questions and doing what you do. You did a great job of answering questions and doing what I do.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Now you should let her do one video on your channel in the future. Uh-oh. You want to do a video on the Uncle Lou channel? She does have her own channel. I posted it up top, and she doesn't post videos, but she does live streams a couple of times a week. Y'all should subscribe to her channel. She's trying to get to 500 subscribers, so y'all help her out. Y'all help her out. She's trying to get to 500 subs. Y'all help her out. It's pinned at the top of the chat. Y'all help her out. Trucking to the USA says, BA, my wife and I are now subscribed and the bell was hit. Notification gang on deck.
Yay!
Okay then.
Thank you.
Okay then.
Yes. Doing a special New Year's Eve show tomorrow.
Hell, you might pass me.
No, that's gonna take a lot of work.
Spencer, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, Africa is getting new Florida State fans with the new Orange Bowl shirts coming into Ghana. Wow. Wow.
Wow. Is that what happens to the Orange Bowl shirts?
Who's the biggest asshole on YouTube? Besides me? I don't know. I don't know. The Orange Bowl committee should have denied Florida State too. Milliart, thank you for the super chat. Shout out to Thorson for staying awake for 3 quarters. You had a punter. Florida State on the ground picks up a couple of yards. It's going to be second and about 8 now for the Noles. Just under 7 minutes to go now. Lou, you going to watch the Packers win tomorrow night? I might. There's no college football on tomorrow, so I might watch some NFL. FSU just bought plane tickets to leave the country after this game. Florida State's been expelled from the United States. Looks like an offsides on Georgia here. Winter of Lame, thank you for the super chat. The Trail of Tears 2, the Orange Bowl Boogaloo. The amount of greed in college football is becoming sickening. I can't even watch my dogs. You're not watching the game today? FSU should be banned from football. Wow. Damn. Brock Bowers, please be a Titan. We need him. He'll probably go in the top 10.
Yeah, thank you guys.
What are you up to now?
424.
Oh, 424, close
You
to
guys are
500.
amazing. Thanks.
2nd and 2 for Florida State. They're going to be about a yard short. 3rd and 1 coming up for the Noles. 6 minutes to go now. Florida State is headed to North Korea. Boy, that is bad. That is bad. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. What's up, Aaron? Good to see you in here, buddy. Bowers will be an Eagle, says Gamer. Yeah, they do love to draft Georgia players. It's usually defensive players, though, with the Eagles. 3rd and 1 for Florida State. Empty backfield. Wildcat. Snap. Wildcat keeps. And he's going to be short. It's going to be 4th and about half a yard. FSU exiled to Antarctica. The transfer portal is about to go crazy for FSU. This might possibly be the worst Native American beatdown since the first Thanksgiving, says Ben Caldwell. Lou, do you see Georgia being favorites next year to win the title? I don't know about a favorite, but they'll be among the favorites. Newsmax told me not to trust the media, so I don't watch them anymore. Newsmax is the media. Georgia's going to return this punt. 35, hit right there and stop. Not much of a return there. 1st and 10 for Georgia on their own 35, about 4.5 minutes to go. State of Florida willed to Cuba. Yeah, they can just have it. They can just have it. South Florida is about 80% Cuban already anyway. FSU is poo, says Paul. I couldn't care less about the opt-outs. UJ71, thank you for the super chat. Will this beating be considered a hate crime? It could. It could. In a court of law. This looks like a basketball score. FSU is overrated and not played a caliber team like this all year, plain and simple. Mark Richt needs to coach the Noles. Trail of Tears 2, Electric Boogaloo. Danny Cannell going to be QB next year. Danny Cannell's in absolute shambles right now, I'm sure. I wish we could have played UJ. I love a nice hard spanking, says Ohio State, property of the SEC. They need the mercy rule, says Joe Stone. What's your prediction for the Sugar Bowl? Sugar Bowl, that's Texas and Washington. I'm leaning towards Texas in that one. Can we hear from White Tonto? You missed it. We already heard from White Tonto. You're going to have to wait till Tuesday to see him again. White Tonto might show up Tuesday for the Your Season Is Over video. Texas over Washington, question mark. Yeah, I'm leaning Texas over Washington. You asked about the Sugar Bowl. Or somebody did. Lou, I know I'm late, but congrats on getting ETN. I know you always talked about him being really good. Go Gators. Yeah, I always liked him, and Ricky Pearsall was another good one Florida had the last couple of years. And Georgia needs another running back, so I was happy to get ETN. Ron DeSantis said he's dropping all charges. Yeah, he changed his mind. Him and Rick Scott, they were just bullshitting anyway. They don't give a fuck about Florida State or college football. Trying to get politicians involved in the college football playoff or anything to do with college football was a terrible idea to start with. What's your bowl prediction record this year, Lou? I don't do like a bowl mania thing where I track my predictions. And I don't pick winners. I pick against a spread, so it would be impossible to really figure it out anyway. Look at the numbers. What number of people watching? 1853. Yeah, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. I know it's been a boring game, but I've had a good time hanging with y'all in the comments. 1st and 10 for the Dogs. 4.5 minutes to go. They're going to keep it on the ground here. Tackled for a loss of a yard. Bro, FSU sucks. I agree with you. Jackson Muschamp is in? That was Jackson Muschamp, wasn't it?
What?
Holy shit! They actually put Jackson Muschamp in the game. I can't believe that. Did they take him back out already? Or is he still in? I think they took him back out already. Colin Drake at quarterback? I have no idea who this is. I don't know who. There's not a single person on the field for Georgia who I know who they are. Just stop. You're an embarrassment, says Seatown fan. Georgia Metalhead. Going to watch the Toledo versus Wyoming game after this or call it a day. Is that game still on? I didn't bet on that game, and it looks like it's a good thing because I was going to bet Wyoming, and they're losing. Bet $10 to win 100, Georgia plus 42 because I'd be watching your stream. Here's your share. Thank you, Jason Moss. Yeah, that was a good bet there. That was you teased that one all the way up, didn't you? Good job, buddy. Malcolm Hill, thank you for that super chat. That was very generous of you. I appreciate that. You should know people on your team, Woo. I don't know these people, to be honest with you. I don't. My wife said you forgot her comment. She took my phone. What?
Super chat.
Where?
Scroll up. You're gonna have to.
Oh, Truckin's wife might pass me. BA, this is what I was saying about wives of assholes must unite. Assholes can't help themselves. Thanks for giving my husband enjoyment in this boring world. We enjoy having your husband around here, yes, Mrs. Truckin. Truckin, you've been here. I could be wrong, but I think you've been here on every stream this season. At least it seems like you have. It seems like you have. Soon Georgia will have someone in from the stands playing quarterback. They're going to have to eventually at some point. Florida State man never thought it could be this bad. Well, they learned the hard way. They fucked around and found out, didn't they? Do you plan on watching Dallas versus Detroit? Seems fun. Is that the NFL game tonight? You know what? I might. I might. I think when this game's over, I'm going to take a shower, get me something to eat, put some comfortable clothes on, and sink down into the couch, and I might turn that game on for a little while. Who's going to win, Detroit? Or should I bet on that game? Any NFL people in here? Give me a way to make some money on... How do we make money on the Dallas-Detroit game? Uncle Lou's wife is a boss.
Thanks.
Muschamp is good at offense. First and 10 for Georgia, 2.5 minutes to go. A lot of y'all in the chat like the Cowboys tonight. Toss, sweep. Picks up about 3, maybe 4 yards. That's about it. Clock's going to go under 2 minutes now. Looks like Jackson Muschamp coming back in the game. Jackson Muschamp, 6'2", 190, junior from Columbia, South Carolina. Look at Will. That's a proud dad moment right there.
I know, look at that smile on his
Yeah,
face.
that's a proud dad moment right there.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Come on, nepotism, let's go. Toss, sweep. Picks up another couple of yards. It's going to be 3rd and about 5. Bet the over in the Dallas-Detroit game. Yeah, I saw Muschamp in earlier. They keep taking him out, they rotating these people in and out now. Take Dallas -6, says SEC football. Is Dallas at home? Because I'm not betting Dallas on the road. Dallas can't win a road game to save their life. Is Dallas at home? If Dallas is at home, I might bet Dallas. No way I'm betting Dallas on the road. Dallas at home? Okay. Nepotism at its finest, says Truckin. At least we're not wasting a scholarship on Jackson Muschamp. Pass complete! Short of the first down, though. Muschamp for Heisman? Yeah. You need us to score 6 more points? Why? Roughing the passer on Florida State. Automatic first down. K-Stark says take Detroit.
says Dallas money line.
Dallas money line. Stetson's brother caught that pass. Boy, they putting all the fucking duds in. 50 seconds to go. Jackson Muschamp in at QB. They're just going to take a knee here. One more knee and that's going to be it. H-Post says, I thought FSU would put up more than a fight than this. Thought it would only get as bad as 42-3 or something. FSU was last year's TCU, not even top 10. Well, TCU won a playoff game. Let's not disparage TCU by comparing them to this Florida State team. Malcolm says, Florida State fan here. Do you think Florida State will be better or worse next year? By the way, congratulations to Georgia and Uncle Lou. Gotta wait and see how the transfer portal works itself out. But based on what I saw tonight, you'd have to say worse. A lot worse. All right, that's it. Game over. Georgia wins the Orange Bowl 63-3. That's the worst beating in bowl game history. 60 points. Been playing bowl games for 100 and something years. No one's ever lost by 60. Shout out to Florida State for being the worst team to ever make a bowl game. Interesting, Georgia has beaten Florida State by a wider margin than TCU, says Alan Berry. Yeah, we beat TCU 65-7, 58 points. And at the time, that was the worst beating in bowl game history. This breaks the record. So Florida State is now the worst team in bowl game history. Congratulations to Florida State. All right, had a good time hanging out with y'all today. I will be back Monday. We'll stream all day Monday. We're going to do the early games here on YouTube. Alabama versus Michigan will be on the Patreon page. Make sure you subscribe to the Patreon page if you're not already. The link to the Patreon page is in the description of the video. I'll post it one more time in the comments. That's the Patreon page. So for all of y'all that want to hang out and watch Alabama, Michigan with me, we'll be over on the Patreon page. You can click the link right there and check it out. And then Texas versus Washington on Monday night will be right back here on this channel. All right, y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a great new year. Be careful, be safe, have fun. And I'll see you all back on Monday. Have